All right. Evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Let's go and grab the stream up on my phone. Someone will have to let me know what the levels sound like. How does the game compare to my voice?
The game doesn't sound nearly as good as you. Oh,
Oh,
that's not what. That's not the.
It's not what I meant, but I'll take it.
Okay.
Now, Silly, you need to keep a careful eye on chat for me today because chat is probably going to be able to play this game better than I can.
Yeah, but
So
my chat always plays Isaac better than me. That doesn't mean I watch chat closely.
But even though chat can play Isaac better than you, it doesn't mean that that helps. Whereas in Hearthstone, it maybe can help.
Okay. I will watch chat with an eagle eye.
Hey, Rubik, say Secret Wrench. I mean, you kind of are soloing a two-player game. Hearthstone has a set of, even though usually it's a two-player game, it does have a set of solo adventures over on the right-hand side here.
How is it a two-player game? Just because you have an opponent?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna run one of the runs. I don't know which one. There's a few to choose from. But we can do a Dalaran heist. We can do a Rastakan's Rumble. We can do a Witchwood, or we can do the classic Kobolds and Catacombs. So I don't know. Maybe whoever, I'll do what Rex does with his pinball tables, and whoever makes a choice in chat first, we'll go with it.
Wait, how many are there? Because there's like there's six of them. I was just gonna say roll a die.
Well, there are some that aren't as well, because the Boomful project is the Pebbles.
Highly energetic, morally
right.
flexible researchers to
and these
engage
four down here are not like dungeon runs.
Well, then don't assign them a number.
Welcome to Black Rock Mountain,
I suppose
my home.
Yeah, you're still gonna roll Mom's heart like you did like the last 4 times we did races.
I guess we can roll for everything, like even the classes and stuff that we're playing with as well.
Please.
Sure.
You know what? You should
let's
make
do
a
that. Hey,
visit
Lucian.
to the mountain core.
Hey, Lucian.
I think
So we're rolling
Rattenrose has
between Dalaran,
overstayed
Rakistan,
his
Rastakhan,
welcome.
Witchwood,
Hi,
and
Rob.
Kobolds. So the 4 sides.
We are playing Hearthstone.
Can someone let me know what the levels sound like? Hey, Rob. Hearthstone, yeah, it's a card game. It works, I suppose, a little bit like something like Magic the Gathering. But we're not playing it against other people today. We're going to play one of the solo adventures. Turn myself up.
Yes, I would say turn yourself up, Sky.
Okay, how does that sound for me? I guess I'll probably also go and turn the game down a little bit. What's miscellaneous? I don't think I've ever clicked this. Oh, okay. Alright, how's this sounding now? Is my mic down on here? Oh, that's okay. Yeah?
I think it's a little bit better.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. And this sounds okay compared to the game, do we think?
Yes, that's what I was. That's what I was comparing it to.
I've run all the adventures before, Rob. I think I've got a win with every class in Kobolds as well. Yeah, I think we'll roll dice for it. Hey, Fishy Cake. But even though I've done the solo adventures before, I've not done them on stream before. This is our first stream. Okay, so I'm going to roll a 4-sided dice. So 1 for Dalaran, 2 for Rastakhan, 3 for Witchwood, and 4 for Kobolds. I'm going to do this business.
I'm hoping for a 2. I'm hoping for a 2.
You want Rastakhan?
Just roll the die.
I'm rolling it.
Let fate decide.
Okay, whatever number is pointing at the camera there, it's a 1. We are doing a Dalaran heist. Okay. Now, I haven't actually finished Dalaran. I've done the first 3 chapters in Heroic. So I guess we'll run 3 and hopefully unlock it. Oh, 3's,
That sounds
I don't like
good.
3 actually. The crowded streets thing is just kind of boring. Maybe I'll go for 1 or 2. They're more interesting.
Hello, Darushka. Is it morning by you, or is it late evening? I think it's late evening.
It's morning by me. I think Drahushka's further
Well,
east from
it's
me.
still
right?
late evening. It's not like 6 in the. It's not like
Oh, I
5
see
in
what
the
you
morning.
mean. Okay.
Hasn't just woken up, I don't believe.
Um,
I know Danny's just woken up. Danny's in Australia or New Zealandish area, and that. It's so crazy to think like. Yeah, I thought it was about 1 a.m. Cool.
I'm gonna do a coin flip between 1 and 2. I don't actually particularly like 3.
Start with what? If you're gonna start, if you're not gonna go continue for 3, start with 1.
We're just gonna go in order. Okay. All right.
The
We'll do
Bank of Dalaran. You be distracting all the
Hi, Simran.
We be
Okay.
taking
Hey,
all
Simran.
the loot.
So again, we'll do a roll between the classes. So the way I've been rolling for these on my own time is because I don't have my 10 with me. I lose the 10s very quickly because I use them more than the others. I'm going to roll a 20. So they are 1 to 9 in reading order and 11 to 19 in reading order, and a 10 or a 20 is just a reroll.
Okay.
Here we go. Rolling, 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 rolling. That is a huge fucking spider. 1 second. Kill that fucker. I leave my window open at night 'cause it's really warm in this house, and the downside is I get some bizarre creepy crawlies coming into my house. Things that look like they should be in Australia, not in England.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Rolling, 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 rolling. We get whatever is under my finger here. It's actually quite hard to roll a d20 and point at a specific number, so it's that, whatever that is, which is a 3, it looks like is what I rolled. So it's Hunter
So
time.
Hunter it is.
Me, I
Wait,
these
Multi, are you trying to tell me
furies
you
of
do
the
not have a set of D&D dice lying around? Close to your computer?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I've just got a bunch of polyhedral dice for tabletop role-playing. That's what they're for. Okay, and now we're going to roll a 6-sided dice for these. So I'm going to say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sounds good.
It's got lots of random rolling to do this. That is a 4, so opportunist. Give a minion +2 attack this turn. It's an interesting one. And then again, we need to defeat one more boss for this deck over here. 6-sided.
Ah, damn it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get a 6. Tech and Death. Let's take a quick look at this deck. So, first of all, there's a twist to this game. The twist is that the opponent starts with a minion on board, which is, I believe, a 0/4. And when you destroy it, or maybe a 0/3? I forget. And when you destroy it, you get 2 coins in your hand, which are 2 0-mana spells that give you 1 mana. So we've got mechs, I guess. Clockwork Gnome. Add a spare part to hand when he dies. Mecharoo. Death Rattle Summoner 1/1 again, so it's just 2 1/1s for 1 that are mechs. Web Spinner, I like Web Spinner. When he dies, you get a random beast. He's fun. Fireworks Tech, give a friendly mech +1/+1. And if it's got a Death Rattle, trigger it. That's interesting. So you can trigger Death Rattles on things without them dying. So if we, for example, got a Mecharoo out, that Death Rattle, if we Fireworks Tech it, this gets +1/+1, and we spawn
Without it dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Glavezuka, give a random friendly minion +1 attack. Cool.
So Simran, this is you're a hero. You'll be facing an enemy hero. You'll each be able to summon minions. Attacks, depending on the cards that you play, you will be able to attack the opponent or the minions. The objective is to get rid of the opponent.
This looks like a very heavily...
Although there are cards that, for example, prevent you from attacking the opponent directly instead of the minions, and there are times, you just have to strategize. This is a lot more complicated than Slay the Spire, which we've played on stream a little while ago.
What I said to Silly as well is this game feels a bit more like the art to Slay the Spire's science, because in Slay the Spire you know almost all the information and you have to play around that. You know how much you're going to get attacked for, and therefore how much defense you need to put on. It's very mathematical, and while there is certainly lots of maths happening in Hearthstone, a lot of it's also to do with the cards in your deck coming up and what you may or may not draw on the next turn, but you've also got to have a sense of like, what does the opponent potentially have in their deck, and what do we need to be playing around, and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of like future predictive stuff going on in Hearthstone to some extent.
This is certainly a lot closer to Magic the Gathering than Slay. Slay is very, very pretty simplistic in comparison.
It's almost not a card game, it's just kind of presented like one. This is a much more traditional card game.
when I was playing it on stream, or maybe it was when you were playing it on stream, someone referred to Slay the Spire as a math game disguised as a card game.
Yeah, that's definitely how I see that game. I don't really play ranked because I'm so out of the meta. Like I've not played this game for so long that I don't know what decks to like. I just can't deck build. Like I play Hearthstone for like a couple months and then just leave it for a year. So I never end up going into ranked. I just play arena and solo shit, and tavern brawls occasionally. Yeah, I guess it's actually quite Yu-Gi-Oh! If anything, because everything has like an attack and a defense, and you hit things into things, and you remove their attack values from their defense values. I think that's kind of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. So yeah, I think of all the card games, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the most closely related to this.
I think I was
Hey, Jonathan.
in college when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, so I think it's beyond my understanding. I never got into into the actual physical Magic the Gathering kind of card games or any of those kinds of things. I never
No, me neither.
never had the time.
I collected some, but I never like played them.
I never had the time, and I always worried that they were very much pay to win kind of games.
They can be, and Hearthstone can be a little bit of that as well, but not much. You can definitely like I've never spent money in this game, and I've got a fair few legendaries and stuff like that.
Very nice.
Infested Wolf. Death Rattle summon 2 Warm Surprises. Okay, so there's a lot of Death Rattle going on in this deck. A fair bit of mech stuff going on in this deck, and a few beasts, of course. We are playing a hunter. Alright, let's get into it. Lucian, wonder if Sky will pull a wreck full on stream. No idea what that means. So Rubik's, the magnetic keyword. It's interesting. We'll wait and see when we actually pull a magnetic card, and I'll show you how it works, because it's a little bit tricky. Essentially, it lets you stick 2 mechs together into 1 minion, but we'll see how we go.
Another busy day.
This is how every
Next in
game
line.
starts. You get to mulligan, so they show you the first 3 cards that you're going to draw, and you can choose whether to keep them or throw them, kind of like poker. Not the Texas Hold'em version, I don't know what it's
Draw
called.
poker, they call
Draw
that.
poker. Okay, so it's kind of like draw poker where you get your 5 cards and then you can throw some away and pick some new ones. So you get a mulligan phase. Going to drop our web spinner. Cards can't attack for their first turn, so he's going to sit there for 1 turn.
You'll have to get back in line for this.
She's got a weird hero
Sorry.
power. Whatever card is on the left of our hands just goes away. We don't have a mech out, which makes Fireworks Tech not particularly useful. We can give this plus 2 attack, get 2 coins from this, and spend 4 mana on this turn. But gives her coins as well, though, and I don't see a reason to do that. I guess we'll just play it beat it. I don't tend to hit that coin
These lines
chest until
never
I
end.
have a turn where I'm like, oh, 2 mana would be super useful.
Right.
So this is kind of nice. What I'm going to probably do here is trade this in. We're going to get a random beast out of that. I'm going to play 9 lives, which is going to give me back Web Spinner. And I'm going to get the Death Rattle again. Which means we get another
nice.
beast. 2 big boys. Mayexner, interesting.
Oh yeah.
Grizzled Guardian. Taunt. Death Rattle. So it's Taunt and Death Rattle recruit 2 minions that cost 4 or less. He's good if you build around him. I don't know if he's going to be very good in our deck.
No cutting.
Battlecry means that whenever you play the card from your hand, it does something. If
It's a one-time. It happens one time, as opposed to things that could happen every turn when, or a property of
Yeah.
the monster,
Yeah,
right?
it's not like a passive thing. It happens when you first put the card down. The thing with Battlecries is they only work when you play a
Sure
card
are taking
from
your
your hand
time.
to the board. So when I do that, the Battlecry goes off. If we look at this card, he recruits minions. That means pull directly, randomly from deck onto the board. If they had Battlecries, they wouldn't go off because they're not coming from hand, they're coming from the deck.
And taunt. I can explain what taunt means. So his
Customers
monster
keep
that's
getting
his minion that
ruder
he
and ruder.
has circled in green right there could be used to attack either other minions or the face of the opponent, like so. With taunt, enemy minions can only must attack that creature rather than the face.
Spells have no such quandary. They can attack whatever they want, even when taunts are out.
True.
I have no spells in hand, so I can't demonstrate, but yeah, spells can ignore taunts, but minions have to attack taunts. So yeah, I put this guy down just so I can demonstrate magnetic. If you have a mech with magnetic and another mech, so Mecharoo over here is a mech, what you can do is stick them together. So Spider Bomb is a 2/2. His stats here, he's a 2/2 card. Mecharoo over here is a 3/3. Sorry, is a 1/1, which means when we magnetize them, what we get is a 3/3 card. And it has both properties of the original card as well. So when this dies, we'll summon the 1/1, and we'll destroy a random enemy minion, which is what the two other cards do when they die.
That's right.
And we don't really get any value from hitting the imp here, so I'm just going to go face. We're not far off lethal.
Have you filled out Form 489C?
By lethal, he means enough damage available to him on the next turn to kill the opponent's face.
Buying or selling.
The game determines how much mana you have. The first turn you'll have 1, the second turn you'll have 2, and so on until you hit the cap of 10.
So you can also see what number turn we're actually on in the game here. This is...
There are exceptions to that, by the way.
Ooh, I wonder what this does.
So we get to trigger its death rattle, which destroys a random minion for us. It's pretty cool. We're at 18 health, so I think we have the health to play with to just push for lethal. Because we're 1 off lethal right here.
Yeah.
And I have enough damage on board that we almost certainly... Because he at the moment can't remove
Unspent
everything.
mana is lost, yes.
Yep, it just goes away. We can also play out one of these.
And yes, Rob, the wording is very good. It's one of the things that Sky actually has a problem with Slay the Spire, because the wording in Slay the Spire doesn't always let you know whether or not an effect is for the combat, for the turn.
Hearthstone is generally, very specific with its wordings. It has its problems. There are the occasional cards that can be read in more than one way.
Can be so tiring, huh?
It's unusual to find a card in Hearthstone that could be interpreted in more than one way. So he's removed all attack from my cards with those 2 spells.
Cards is almost used up.
Oh, we're almost out of cards. That is lethal. We just pulled a weapon. Weapons let your face do some damage.
Oh no!
And he did.
Yeah, the shielding on my character, it's just like an overshield in a way. There are functional differences between health and armor on occasion. Some cards specifically ask about your health, some cards specifically ask about your armor, but besides that, there's no real difference. Except shields let me go above my maximum health.
Ooh, it's treasure time.
Treasure time. So yeah, what we're doing here, the solo adventure, lets you do things that you don't normally do in Hearthstone. And we're going to end up facing some very difficult bosses, but to compensate, we get some very overpowered things ourselves. So we get to choose a treasure, and usually I may take chat's input on this. For this particular pick, I might just go ahead and do it, because as far as I'm concerned, 2 of these are bad and 1 of them's good. But we can take a look at them. So recycling. When a minion dies, gain 2 armor. It's not bad for hunters. Hunters will have lots of little minions, generally speaking, so lots of things on our board will be dying, as opposed to having a few big things. So that's okay. It heals us, in a way. The Hand of Raphaam, as far as I've been told, is actually bugged, so it doesn't sound good to begin with, but apparently it doesn't even work properly. Basically, they get a spell in their hand which deals 2 damage per turn that it's there. And in order to get rid of it, they have to cast the spell. But the spell is really cheap. It's 2 mana. So essentially, for 4 mana, they stop our treasure doing anything, which is terrible. Because treasures are usually really, really powerful things. That's terrible.
Yeah.
4 mana, our treasure stops doing anything. That's awful. Stargazing is very cool. So our hero power, which was that 2 mana, give one of our minions +2 attack this turn. That now becomes 1 mana. And we get to use it twice per turn. So for 1 mana, we can buff a thing for 4 attack per turn.
Wait, so it's not just once for each use, it's once overall and you use it twice?
No, sorry, no, it is 1 mana each. Sorry, yes, so it'll be
Okay.
2 mana for buffing our minions for 4
Excuse me.
attack. It's pretty good though.
It's very, very good.
So yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and take Stargazing. It does seem like a pretty easy choice.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we get there's some big, let's take a look at these packs. There's some big things over here. Dread Scale. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to every other minion. That includes ours as well. Don't know if I
Ooh.
like this so much. We've got a fair few squishy 1 health minions up at the top end of our deck here.
Yeah.
Also, this guy drops 1/1s as well. We've got lots of things that die to our own minion there. The Beast, he's a 9/7 for 6 that when it dies summons a 3/3 for the opponent.
Oh, for the opponent.
Yeah, so he's crazy stats for his cost, but when he dies, they get a 3/3. Now, a lot of his value depends on how easily you can remove a 3/3 from their board, and right now, I'm not saying that I can do that particularly easily. I don't have good removal in this deck that just kills
Sure.
something that's got 3 health. So I don't know if I like the Beast here. And then Emerus, double the attack and health of all minions in your hand. It's pretty good. He's 10 mana, and if you play him on turn 10, it's a very slow turn 10. But then you can follow it up with hopefully some decent play next turn. Although when you're on turn 10, very often your hand is very limited anyway. You've played out.
Yeah, by
all
turn
your-
10, I
yeah.
imagine there's not much left.
Unless you've got a really good card draw deck, which I wouldn't say ours is, he often might not hit anything and is just an 8/8 for 10, which is quite poor stats. So this pack doesn't seem very good to me. As much as Legends are fun cards, these are, I think, 3 particularly bad Legends for our deck. Bear Trap? Oh, these are secrets. Okay, do we have any secrets? No. Secrets are things that you play and the opponent can't see what they do, and then they trigger them and things happen. So this is a 3/3 with Taunt for 2 mana when we get attacked. It's good for the mana. Misdirection, when something attacks the hero, instead it attacks another random thing, including their own stuff. And Cloaked Huntress,
nice.
your secrets are free. Okay. And then over here, we've got things that spawn lots of stuff. So Rat Pack summons 1/1 rats. Unleash the Hound spawns a 1/1 for every other minion on their field, and they also have charge. This thing is good for like a burst lethal. Like if they've got a board of 5 things, you put down and Unleash the Hounds. You put down a Timberwolf, which buffs them all for 1 damage, and all of a sudden you've got 10 attack with charge. So this thing can be
very
pretty
nice.
powerful. Infested Wolf, we've already got one of these. Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 spiders. The good thing about this pack here is that it's more Death Rattle things. And we may start making a deck around Death Rattle stuff because this all has Death Rattle. So
Yeah.
we may
Rubik's,
well, yeah.
Rubik's, that's what charge does. So when you play a minion, you have to wait till the next turn to attack. Charge negates that and allows you to use the attack immediately. So you can play the character and then immediately use the attack.
There's a similar mechanic as well called Rush, which does the same thing, except they don't have the option of going for face for the actual hero.
They can only do minions.
Yeah.
That's correct. Sky, you've taught me well.
Yeah, you've not played much of this game, but you know a lot of the basic mechanics, I think, already.
Well, I only played with you the first time yesterday,
Yeah.
but before that, we'd had a couple sessions where you were playing and I was observing and learning along the way.
I think it's this. I don't know how much I value secrets particularly. They're 2 okay secrets, I guess. But
I like misdirection. I like the one that summons the bear trap. I like that as well.
do you want this?
Me?
Yeah.
I probably would take that.
All right, let's do that.
Old Bark Guy versus Zoe.
I've just realised he's a reference to Old Markai.
Stop and
I never even looked at his name.
You've interrupted my healing.
Okay. Probably that.
All right, I could see you doing that.
Okay, that's a
I can
nice
see that.
curve. That's a 1, 2, 3 play. That's good.
1, 2, 3.
What's
Perfect.
her hero power? At the start of your turn, restore all friendly minions to full health, and that happens every turn for free. This is what I mean about the enemy
That
powers.
seems
Very yeah, that's very overpowered.
that seems extremely overpowered. I don't think I like that very much.
I am ready.
You're looking better than ever.
Now we can just push for some really fast damage here and actually buff this guy to 6 damage on this turn alone. I don't know if I particularly like that. I think it may just be a plated beetle.
Most healers complain about losing patience, but I keep gaining them.
I think
Just a few
we'll use this to
scratches.
push lethal when we actually have lethal. Ooh, that was bad. Okay, this pulls a random minion from your hand onto the board. It's very good stats for the mana cost, but the downside of it is I pull one of my minions onto the board as well. But he pulled the really cheap 1 mana one, so he got really good value out of that. It would have been much better if he pulled one of these two.
Yeah.
However, we get to trade really nicely with this because we've got this crazy good fucking hero power. Done. Swap a minion's attack and health. That's not that valuable to us right now. But I suppose we can spend the mana, push for a tiny bit more damage.
Already making good strides.
All patched up.
The 0-3 treasure
all
chest.
patched.
When
Is now fully healed again.
when I kill it, both people get 2 coins, which are things that just give us 1 temporary mana. So I can just get an extra 2 mana on a turn where I want to do a bit more stuff. Do I have lethal? 4? This is... We've got to remember, this is 4 damage. So
Right.
that's 4. That's 8.
8
So we
total
don't
so
quite
far.
have lethal. So I guess let's just play out a hand. I'd quite like to get that web spinner out. Get some card draw. Let's push this. And we have lethal on board for next turn unless they clear. But we've seen that she's running Spirit Lashes, which could potentially wipe my board out right now. Oh no, she puts the Lightsworn down. That's a win. Let's just see what random beast we get. Cave Hydra. Cave Hydra's fun. When you hit a card, it also does the same damage to the adjacent cards.
Oh yes, you had this on one of your runs just like a week or 2 ago.
He's really good, yeah.
And those guys don't retaliate, so that's actually pretty good. You know, the neighbors.
Gamma says that the beetle would have survived the trade, and that's true. I actually kind of wanted the spare part in case it would just give us a slightly earlier lead. But yeah, I don't particularly value in that matchup the 1 health minions. I consider them essentially dead because he can very easily deal 1 damage from hand.
Yeah. A pawn. Those are pawns.
Yeah, I'd rather have a 3 health minion alive that's slightly harder to remove.
All right, what are our options?
Crackling Razormaw adapts a friendly beast. We actually don't have that many beasts. We've got a couple. Web
What is
Spinner a
adapt?
beast. Adapt is an interesting mechanic. You discover, which is another mechanic, you would discover an upgrade. And discover means be shown 3 random. This is what...
Okay.
Do you remember the Vicious Fledgling? The completely snowballing, ridiculous card?
The completely overpowered, yes.
That's adapt. So what it does is it gives you a choice between 3 upgrades, and they can be from a pool of, I think, 7 or 8. You can get Stealth, which means unattackable. You can get Taunt, as we've discussed. You can get +1/+1 stat increases. You can get a I think 3 attack or +3 health. You can get Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1s. You can get untargetable by spells. You can get Wind Fury, which means attack twice. So it gives you 3 of those options randomly, and you pick 1. So he adapts a friendly beast. Adapt is a really good mechanic. It's a lot of fun. He's very good for the cost because 3/2 for 2 is already like decent stats, and then you get an adapt. But we only have 1, 2 beasts. Oh, he's a beast actually. Plated Beetle, and also, speaking of this, the Nightmare Amalgam is a beast. Weirdly.
Huh.
That's his whole thing. He's everything. Stitch Tracker, discover a copy of a minion in your deck. It's kind of cool. And Baron Lynchon adds a copy of each Battlecry minion to your hand. We're not running Battlecries really, we're mostly running Death Rattles, so that's kind of rubbish. Okay, this is more spawn stuff. Infested Wolf, Sightless Ranger, Rush, and Rush is the charge but can't attack heroes. And Overkill, meaning if you hit a minion and do more than its damage, which works really well with our hero power, let's not forget, we summon 2 1/1 bats. And here is the gold mine. Starving Buzzard, when you summon a beast, draw a card. That means if we put Starving Buzzard down and then do like a... do we not have... No, we don't have it. But yeah, like if we put a card down that summons another card, another beast, like this, if it drops the 2 spiders, that immediately draws 2 cards.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty cool. Flanking Strike. So this is some removal. Flanking Strike, deal 3 damage to a minion and summon a 3/3 wolf. It's pretty cool. Baited Arrow, deal 3 damage, and again, Overkill, summon a 5/5 Devil Saw. It's kind of cool.
Wow,
Arcane
that is
Giant,
a hell of a...
This? Yeah, it's essentially, it's a 5/5 minion that deals 2 damage, is kind of how that works. Which for 5 mana is kind of worth it. An Arcane Giant costs 1 less for each spell you've cast this game. We don't have that many spells, really.
Agreed.
Chances are he's going to end up costing like 7 or 8, which for an 8/8 is... it's fine. It's not great.
I know which pack I would choose. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to pick, and then I'll tell you if I agree.
Well, I would take this one.
That's the one I picked, yeah.
It's got card draw in it, which is something we don't have much of yet. We've got Web Spinner is kind of card draw. That's kind of it, really. I guess 9 lives is sort of card draw. Okay, all healing is doubled, including ours. Not that we have much.
I need that progress bar for my life. Misbehaving with a progress bar underneath it.
Versus Nisi.
Yeah, the Starving Buzzard got really nerfed. It's a 5 mana card right now, and it used to be 2.
Stopping
Insane.
Wow.
Yep. It's not a great 2-drop when we don't have a mech out, which we probably won't. We don't have any secrets in hand, so I think I'm
Yeah, I was
going
going to say that. I knew you were going to get rid of the secrets.
I think I may even get rid of that and just try and aggressively mulligan for a cheap drop. I remember when Dr. Boom was a major thing in the meta. Dr. Boom is a really powerful card.
Well, you picked up 1, 2, 3 again.
Perfect. Good curve. And another one. What do we play here? I think we play this. Let's see what beast we get. Could give us the 4-drop. Nice and easy.
And it
design.
is.
Job's done.
Let me show you the other side.
Okay, didn't get much value out of that. This turn his healing deals damage instead, and he did no healing. And we get the 5-drop. Excellent. Looking forward to using that with the hero power.
I miss my frost.
I'm considering that to trade. Because losing this doesn't matter as much as losing that. Plus, we get a beast that might change our plan.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
This trade if he wants it. So let's... Or he even kills the spider for free. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's not very good for us.
That says 25 on it.
It does say 25. I think that's the highest cost card in the game. It does, however, cost 1 less for each mana you spent on spells. And we do have spells. I wonder if we've got enough spells in our deck that actually makes this playable. Maybe,
I don't think so.
Maybe not. He's probably a dead card, but that's kind of funny. And I guess we push for a little bit of damage here. We can get him, as long as we can get him to 12 mana, he's playable, because we can get 2 coins out of this.
That's true, I guess.
It's kind of funny that he's maybe... I wonder if that alone makes him playable when he otherwise wouldn't be. I think Matt's watching. Hey, Matt. I saw the WhatsApp notification. I'm not going to read the text right now. But enjoy the stream. So he can heal this really easily. He's a priest, so I do want to remove that if possible. Again, that's probably a really valuable trade.
I was going to say, double upgrade the 1/1 and trade him off.
No, that's nice.
does take away 2 mana for your turn, but
It's only one. It's been cheapened because of our treasure. And that's some pretty nice mana code.
oh, I was right. It was +2 for. It was +1 for 2. I thought it was +1 for 1. You're right.
Worse than I thought.
That's interesting. So these heroes have like
Light of the
certain
moon shines on you and me.
things that they say when certain cards and stuff are played, just like for extra flavor. And she shouted that demons were invading when I put this down, and it's kind of funny that that procced it because it's not a demon, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
It's kind of amusing that that actually did still work. Overkill. Well, that gets overkill.
Certainly.
That's probably pretty valuable. What do I actually hit?
The chest?
I mean, it is overkill, and that would let us... let's see. It doesn't help with the trades.
No.
We can keep everything alive if we hit that into... I guess that's what we're doing. Keep the board alive. This makes us very AoE-able, and he is coming up on turn 5, which is when Priest gets their Holy Nova. Holy Nova deals 2 damage to my whole board. So what I'm going to probably do here is play around Holy Nova, keep my 3/3 at full health, so at least it doesn't die to Holy Nova,
Dalaran seems lacking in competent
Makes sense.
guardians if I'm out here.
and just do this, I think. Just make my board very slightly less Holy Nova. At least we keep 1 minion on board if he Holy Novas, and he won't be able to remove it because he'll have no mana. Okay. That's okay. What would be nice? So he destroys a random enemy minion. If we can get lots of cheap minions on the board, that kind of helps.
Conundrum is
Sure.
Like I'd rather he destroyed a 1/1. Can't heal this though. That's a shame.
How many of you folks in chat have played this a lot before? I kind of want to feel. Lucian seems to have quite a bit of experience, as does Drahuska.
I miss my frost saber.
I'm not 100% sure what
Hi,
I would do
Michaela.
here. I don't know if someone's got a suggestion for a play. I mean, there is the simple play of just trading into it with some small minions upgraded with the hero power.
Gots to.
Well, Sky is always is looking for people to help him backseat drive this whole thing to get him through, because
I think whatever I'm doing, I'm probably putting down the Clockwork Gnome just as another target for his death rattle to hopefully keep the 3/2
Probably
or
so.
the 3/3 alive. But am I doing it first? Because I may also play the weapon, and it would matter what was on the board if I played the weapon.
Gots to.
Well, Joshkus has played the weapon. Let's start with that.
okay.
Okay.
Hi, Tathra.
This is a 2/1, which means with the double hero power upgrade, this is a 6/1. So we can trade with this.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. That sounds like a really great idea. And then you can still get the Clockwork Gnome down.
The other thing, though, like, this survives the trade. Again, it's not playing around Holy Nova, although if he had Holy Nova, I would think he would have played it last turn. I don't know how good the AI is. Weapon to face, we've still got a taunt up, so we can't weapon to face just yet. I think I'm gonna put Clockwork Gnome down as another death rattle target. Upgrade this.
Def says hello,
Hey Def.
and he does it by saying, "What the hell am I looking at?"
Yay! Perfect. Now we can give our own minion taunt here. I guess we're probably not going to do that right now, because that's very situational. We can give something taunt at a useful time. Even giving something like the 1/1 taunt just to absorb a damage. Like if you put a 10 damage minion on and that has taunt, he's got to spend 10 damage getting rid of it. So sometimes that's a really good idea. I'm going to hit him with the weapon just because it gives us lethal. Next turn, I can deal 9, which was lethal.
11, correct?
He did nothing
Plus 4.
else. Yeah. Yeah. I can get 2 1/1 bats by hitting the chest with the 1/1 and then hitting this with that. I think I might as well just continue pushing for lethal there. In fact, hang on. I've got the hero power. That's 4. 4, 6, 9, 10, 13. I've got 13 damage. But I am probably doing that. There's no reason not to just hit him for 13 right now.
Certainly not.
Actually, I've got 1 weapon charge left, and I already have lethal on board, so let's keep hold of that. I don't know if I want to play anything here. There's no reason really to overextend. He's got nothing on board right now.
Yeah.
That survives Holy Nova. Maybe I put that down. At least if it dies, it's got the death rattle. Yeah, I'm not playing Starving. That's just no reason to do that. Okay.
Lucian asks about giving the 1/1 a taunt.
And maybe, depending on what he plays, like right now might be a good time to give that 1/1 taunt. But it's a nice one to just react to what he does with, but not really need to.
Because he did.
Overkill time. Well, he was a dead card, wasn't he?
This is well done.
Okay, now we get another treasure, and there are some good ones. Some really good ones. Okay. The Annoyer Horn is a 7 mana, fill your board with annoying minions. I'm just going to show you what those are. Because they are annoying. Go away. Okay, so these are the annoying cards. There's more than 2. Why am I not seeing all of them? Include uncraftable cards? What? This isn't all of the annoying cards. There's another annoying card. Is it not called Annoy? Maybe it's not got Annoy in the name. I don't remember what it's called. Okay, never mind. So there's 3 of them. There's this 1/2 with Taunt and Divine Shield, which means you have to hit it, and you have to hit it at least twice. There's this 2/4 with Divine Shield and Taunt, and it's magnetic as well. And then there's an even bigger version of that, which is I think like a 3/6 with Taunt and Divine Shield. So they're the annoying minions. You're in Paladin, not all. I can come to the neutrals though, and there's only 1 here. There should be another neutral. Not sure why I can't find that. Anyway, they're the annoying.
Well, those sound nice.
So we fill the board with those, so up to 7 of those.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 7 mana, it's pretty good. Melgatha is interesting. When you play a card, overload one of your opponent's mana crystals, which means on the next turn, they can't use 1 mana per card you played last.
Right.
It's pretty good. Especially in a deck like this with lots of very small minions. Sometimes we can just take his next turn off him. He's also pretty good stats just for the cost. Like a 3/6 for 3 is very good. You'd usually
I was actually going to say, like,
Yeah.
and it's a creature.
Yeah, it's a unfortunately it's a Murloc, not a beast, but it is a Murloc, so he procs off Murloc decks. And then this. Oh boy, this card. Ridiculous. It is a 5/5 minion that cannot die. He's also a beast. So he actually procs off any of our beast things as well.
Neat.
Unfortunately, he is untargetable by spells, which mostly helps because it means they can't remove him. However, it does also
But it means you also can't use your
I can't
power with it either.
Yeah, although there's some other things that can be done. You can target it with cards. So if I've got a card like Houndmaster that gives +2/+2 to a friendly beast, I can cast that on this guy. Not only that, I could give it Taunt. Holy shit, if I draft Houndmaster, I can make an invincible Taunt card. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That doesn't sound like a bad strategy.
I think we've got to take this guy, because if I can Taunt him, that's Jeej.
I don't have a problem with this strategy at all.
It's very, very difficult to remove Super Simians there. It's possible, but not easy. There he is. There's the Houndmaster. We've got to do it. I've got to see if I can give this thing Taunt. I mean, this deck here, Gazarilla and Steeds, great cards. But Houndmaster. Give a friendly beast +2/+2 and Taunt. And Super Simian Sphere. What a combo. Not only that, but we get Vicious Fledgling, the Snowball card.
Oh, hell yes.
And Tomb
hell yes,
Spider,
that's the pack.
who's
Oh
also
yeah, that's
great.
the,
Battle
that's the
Scry,
pack.
Discover a random beast. We're doing it. I've got to see if that Houndmaster combo can go
Oh
off.
hell yes, you do. This is
Despicable characters.
you got to build your deck to
Candles.
survive the run.
Okay, I might need your help with the bartender bobs, silly. If you can,
Okay.
if you can screenshot my deck for me.
I can do that. Do that right now.
Well, I took a screenshot this time, but you can do it for the next one.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to tab out of the game to check my deck. So this is interesting. Every like third or fourth fight in the run, we get to kind of manipulate our deck a little bit.
Please leave your weapons outside,
So
Hawkeye.
this isn't a fight.
I
This
haven't
is
seen this before.
this is an upgradey thing. You've not seen this? Okay, this is fun. This is what
No.
makes Dalaran really fun. So we've got 2 coins to spend, 2 gold pieces down here, and 4 things that we can spend coins on. This one's free. These 4 cost money, so we can do 2 of these 4 that cost money. We're also being shown 4 random cards from our deck, and 4 random cards from the game. So let's take a look at what we can do. Round of drinks. We can add all 4 of these things up here to our deck. They also get +1/+1. So this thing will forever be a 2/2. That will be forever a 5/7, etc.
That's true.
Nice, nice.
He's really good in our deck as well. Death Rattles cost 5, cost 2 less. And we are running a Death Rattle deck. Leroy
yeah.
is kind of cool. He's a 7/3 with charge. That summons 2/1/1s for them.
Ooh.
I can always enjoy a quiet night.
And he is a 6/6 that recruits a 1/2 and 3 attack minion from deck. So a random 1-drop, 2-drop, and 3-drop get pulled from our deck.
Neat.
That don't get their battle cries, but we don't have many battle cries, so it's kind of fun. So they're the things. We can pull all of them in our deck and give them +1/+1 with this. We can fire all of these cards, remove all of these from our deck. I don't know if we want to do that. I quite like the nice early game that we've got here. I could lose these 2, but I don't know if it's worth it. We've also got the options over here. So tell a story, give a friendly minion +2/+2 for this run. That's it. It costs the same but has +2/+2. That's pretty ridiculous. Take a chance, puts a random card in our deck to 0 mana. It's less valuable for us than usual because we're running quite a light deck right now.
That's true.
Right, yeah.
The other thing that we can do is choose one of our friendly cards and add 3 more to our deck.
I thought your deck could only have 2 of a certain card.
Yeah, but it's Dalaran Heist.
Okay.
That's in the standard constructed. Weird things happen in solo adventures. Those rules kind of go out the window.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just making sure that I
I've
was...
previously, because I think you hit 3 bartender bobs during this run, and I've previously ganged up the same card 3 times and had like 9 of them.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I particularly want to duplicate any of these. I think it would lighten the deck up
That's
too
true.
much, because
That's true.
I'll probably only duplicate this guy, but I don't know if I want that many 1-drops.
The 1-drops are nice to have though, like when you use your
They're
your
nice
hero
to have
power.
on turn 1. But when
Yeah, but
you-
even when you use your hero power,
Yeah.
like to buff, you lose a couple of your mana, and so it's nice to have an extra guy you can toss out there, perhaps.
That's
It might be
true.
nice to have.
The problem with it is, like, in the early game, definitely. Once you hit turn 8, if you top deck a 1-drop 3 turns in a row, you're so
Yeah,
far
you're-
behind on tempo. So you definitely have to balance
can
your
imagine
mana
that,
curve,
yeah.
And I think 5 1-drops in our deck isn't great when we don't have tons of card draw. That's the big problem with it. We don't have like a ton of card draw.
That's true too. Okay, I get it.
This guy is kind of card draw then, but it's unreliable. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. If I was going to copy any one drop, it would be this one. Maybe just that death rattle does kind of make it worth it, because you are getting bigger beasts out of it when it dies. It's just that you don't know what they're going to be. It's fun though.
Well, we get all types.
Listen,
around
I'm
here.
gonna say what I said during my Isaac stream yesterday, which is you're not here to have fun. You're here to win.
What I would love to do, if it worked, was give this thing +2/+2 and then copy it. But I've tried that before and it doesn't actually work. It puts 1/1s into the deck, not 3/3s. So Rob says random 0 cost. I think I'm not going to do this because our deck is so light. I think I want the round of drinks because Shimmerfly is a good card. Random hunter spell. It's basically this but spell instead of minion. He's great in our deck. Leroy's some good burst damage from hand. And he's also fine, I guess. I just really like these two over here. But they all get a +1/+1. So I think I want the round of drinks.
Okay.
No one in chat wants the round of drinks. Everyone said other things.
No, Lucian says it's okay.
Rob says none of these cards are worth adding 3 copies of. Oh, 3 copies of. Yeah, no, I think I agree with that. I'm going to round of drinks. There we go. They're all in the deck. They all get +1/+1. And I think we're going to tell a story. I don't think there's worth copying anything. I don't think it's worth putting anything to 0 mana, probably. Chances are that's going to hit like a fucking 1 drop and make it a 0 drop. Cool, whatever. That shit.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think let's just like a nice beefy 1 drop.
Heard this story before. It's a good one.
Cool.
Wonderful.
This
Okay,
guy is
I've print
annoying
screened.
as fuck. This guy has lots of cards called, I think they're just called Pogo. Or Pogo.
Yeah.
The Pogo Bunny? Is it Pogo Bunny maybe? Basically, every time you play a Pogo Bunny, it gets +2/+2 bigger than the previously played Pogo Bunny. So it starts as a 1/1. The next time you play one, it's a 3/3. The next time you play one, it's a 5/5. So his deck is basically just full of Pogo Bunnies and things that duplicate Pogo Bunnies.
Sounds rather annoying.
Glaive's probably not great against this guy because almost immediately his minions are going to get out of range of a 2 attack card. Like this will kill his first Pogo Bunny and then nothing else. So I think there's not really much point having the Glaive. I think we just need to rush him down. Unless I'm Glaving face, I suppose. I think I need... I don't know.
I think you could do better.
I think that's a full throw.
Okay.
You know what? Aggressively mulliganing as well helps us reach that Super Simian Sphere faster. Because boy, would I love to get that. There it is!
It's like you just have to ask.
It is a 5-drop, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna do our science. We get to discover what happens when you Houndmaster a Super Simian Sphere. I cannot wait. Do we play the secret? I mean,
yes.
Sure. Actually, hang on.
What else?
Next turn it's free anyway, and we get to see what he plays. We might decide. That's fine, actually. This guy's going down next turn. We can decide whether we even want the misdirection on board next turn.
Hurry up! Portals online!
It's really good.
Yeah, later after you get your Super Simian Sphere down.
Yes, definitely.
Come midnight.
And because he's gonna be taunted, right?
Yeah. The Super Simian Sphere? I fucking hope so. I hope that's how that works.
Hurry up!
It is the dream, right?
Online.
Chat, is this going to work? Do we think this is working? Yeah, go fuck yourself. Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Really? Shadow slapping it? Okay.
Hurry up!
Just to heal it.
Portals
He used a
online.
Shadow Step as a 2 heal. You're the Pogo Bunny, man. You're supposed to save that for your Pogo Bunnies.
Shh.
Infested Wolf, I guess, goes down here. Yeah, we don't want to play Handmaster until Super Simian's out.
Okay.
Such easy sport.
Secret going off? It is. What's the secret? When a friendly minion dies, return to your hand plus 2. That's fine, whatever. I'd rather it happened on a Mech Warper than a Pogo Bunny.
Powering up. Portals online.
Wow. Okay. Plays a card. It's a shame I don't have lots of very cheap cards here. He's only got 17 cards as the thing because this isn't a standard game. It's not a 30 card deck. It's like closer to a 20 card deck. So this thing mills him so fast.
Gots to.
Okay, you're a beast, right? Please be a beast. Yeah, he gets rid of a Pogo Hopper, he gets rid of another Pogo Hopper, and he gets rid of a Fan of Knives. Are you a beast? He is. Perfect. Okay. GG, everyone. He's put more Fel Reavers into his deck. Jesus Christ. Imagine if he puts 2 Fel Reavers on the board. Every time I play a card, he loses 6 from his deck. If I play 3 cards, he loses his deck. Well, I mean, hell, I'm leaving this Fel Reaver alive. It can't get through the taunt, and every time I play a card, he loses top deck, so fuck it. Oh, I didn't attack his, I didn't attack his. Oops. Not that it matters.
No.
What? The taunt doesn't work! No!
How does the taunt not
It
work?
doesn't work on him. I guess you can't taunt an immune card? I mean, that makes sense. Shit, okay, well we need to make sure we're not dead next turn then. What have we got here? 10, 12, 16. Fuck.
Gots to.
That's a real shame. Well, Fel Reaver dies, of course. How does it die? It dies to the buffed King Mukla. I can only assume. It's like when you have stealth, I guess, but like, there's nothing actually technically about this card that makes it stealthed. The can't be targeted by powers is not a stealth. You can make a taunted version of a card that can't be targeted by spells. Things still have to hit it. I guess immunity just makes it so you don't have to hit it. That's a shame though.
Gots to.
Can you shut up, please? Oh, I can't even buff Mukla because he's the fucking Mukla. I can't air power it. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Well, what does Fel die to then? Fel dies to him and the 2/2. The Mechanical Yeti dies to the 3/1 buffed.
Gots to.
Right?
Okay. What do we get out of that? Deal 2 damage to a minion and the minions next to it. That's pretty good. That's a wipe. That lets us play Fledgling. Fantastic. Shame that doesn't stick around.
Yeah.
Oh, he's nicked my Fledglings, the little shit.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Fuck off. As if he top deck those rush. Okay.
We hear your heart.
really just push for damage here, don't we?
I think so.
Even though the taunt doesn't work on this guy, he's still just stupid.
Bouncing back.
Okay, depending on the rogue secret, we either want to hit him with the 7/7 or the 1/1. Is there a rogue secret that sends Mukla back to hand? Because that's one of the only things that can actually kill Mukla, is being sent back to hand. What are the rogue secrets?
I couldn't tell you.
I'm wondering if chat, can you tell me if there's a rogue secret that essentially saps this guy to hand? Because I know there's the secret that makes him immune after a hit, in which case I want to do the most possible damage in the first hit. But if there's something that saps to hand, I don't want this guy to go back.
Oiled.
To be fair, we're at 8 health, which actually probably means that whatever I'm doing here, I'm probably hitting more.
Yeah.
I have lethal, though. No, I have lethal if... I think I do have to hit him with a 1/1, because if it's not that secret...
Then you can at least take the 7/7 out, right?
I just win if it's not the
Yeah.
secret that makes him immune. Whereas if it is the secret that makes him immune, I have to kill the 7/7 with Mukla. So yeah, we hit with the 1/1. Ah, fuck, it is that secret. That's a shame. Okay, we can freeze actually one of those cards.
Okay. The 7/7, I assume.
Well, the 7/7 dies to Mukla for free, so I guess we're killing the 7/7 and freezing the 5/5. I'm very glad that we got this spare part. And I guess we're drawing some cards. Or one card. If that's the same secret, I swear to God. There's my stolen vicious fledgling. Little shit. Okay, I think this time I can clear without Mukla. Therefore, I hit with Mukla, in case it's that secret again. The 3/3 trades into the 3/3. The buffed 1/1 trades into the 5/5. These 3 1/1s trade into the 3/3. So I do that. And it is that secret. Jesus Christ. Okay. Reveal a minion in each deck if yours costs more against charge. That doesn't help at the moment. Get some card draw. That's good. Hey! Nice. Alright, let's see what you got, Pogo. Thought Sphere couldn't be the target of spells. How are you able to target it? Target it with what? Are we talking about the fact that it's got taunt and +2/+2? Because if that's what we're talking about, I got that from Houndmaster, which is a minion, not a spell. So it's a minion that has a battle cry, which is give your other card +2/+2 and taunt. So it's actually technically not a spell.
Well, that was. It didn't go the way you expected and hoped it would, but you still got out of that,
He
which
got
I was
some-
pretty
yeah,
impressed with.
You got some nasty secrets that made us kind of rethink some things. Okay, so unfortunately we don't get taunt on Mukla. That threw a spanner in the works, but hey. Big beasts, what have we got over here? Knuckles. After this attacks a minion, it also hits the enemy hero. He is kind of cool. He just does a bit of extra face damage for you. Gazrilla is crazy. When this takes damage, double its attack.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I wonder how that interacts with my hero power.
Well, you would double it. Yeah.
Because yeah, like
I
it's
don't know.
on 6. So usually after it took damage, it would go to 12. So if I buffed it for 4 up to 10, and then doubled
Does it go
to
to 20 or 16 or what is it?
I'm guessing it would be a 16. It would go to 20, and then next turn it would lose the 4 attack and go to 16 instead of 12. So I guess it would
That
work.
seems. Yeah. I mean, even if you only end up with 12 at the end of it, it's still not bad.
Then we got the Zemarus again, who I don't really like, to be honest. Gazrilla's good, though. He's not very good in constructed, generally. I don't think people tend to have the removal for him, because he's just so scary. But in... You can get away with some really broken cards in the dungeon runs, because you're playing against AI.
Right.
What else have we got here? Spring Pause, just some good early game. But we've got a fair bit of good early game already, so I don't know if we need him. Morose, I think, is a bit too slow for us. It's just it's just 1/1s. Just give me lots of 1/1s. I don't know how necessary that is. Violet Worm is pretty good. It's essentially a 14/14 for 8, if you see it that way. Plus that Death Rattle we can trigger ourselves without even killing it, because that's what our deck's doing.
Right.
He can also be 6 mana if we have the Corpse Widow out. So a turn 5 Corpse Widow followed by a turn 6 Violet Worm. That's pretty cool. And then over here we've got some secrets again. So Rat Trap. After your opponent plays 3 cards in 1 turn, we summon a 6/6 rat. It's a pretty cool secret. Sunreaver Spy. If you control the secret, it's a 3/4 instead of a 2/3. Okay. And Wandering Monster. When your enemy attacks your hero, summon a 3-cost random minion as the new target. I quite like Wandering Monster.
That doesn't sound bad.
I think it may be more secrets. I do like Gaz, but I don't know if it's worth taking it for Emrys as well. I think he's filling out the heavy end of our thing with our deck with stuff we don't want. I think I've already got 1 heavy minion that I'm not super keen on. He's a second one. Drawing these cards into our hand is early in the game is nasty.
Right. All right.
Immune cancels taunt, same as stealth on the wiki. That's interesting. I've never actually seen that interaction. Lucian would be interested to see me do arena. We may do arena once my cousin's around for a stream, because he's better at Hearthstone than I am. I'm pretty shocking at Hearthstone, to be fair. That's why I'm running solo adventures right now and not online. I'm also, again, way out of the meta, so I don't know like any of the new cards, or like half these cards we're drafting here are new to me. I think it's secrets. It keeps a fairly nice mana curve. We're not putting a shitload of heavy stuff into our deck, because at some point we will be putting a shitload of heavy stuff into our deck. That's just how Dalaran run always goes. So
Okay.
save that for some better heavy stuff. Whenever a player plays a coin, he draws a card. Cool. Okay, so let's just not kill the chest.
Old Bark Guy versus Mo!
Lock, stop, and loaded.
Not your gold, my gold.
He's Rat Trap specifically against this guy might be pretty good, because his whole thing is that he's going to be playing coins to draw cards.
Okay.
That's his whole deck is built around giving himself thousands of coins, which means he's going to be playing 3 cards in a turn, very likely, fairly early in the game. There is a fair chance that we could end up summoning a 6/6 on like turn 3 against this guy. That could be great. I think we keep Retro,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
And maybe Houndmaster? There's a fair chance we're going to draw a 1, 2, or 3 beast drop. Let's keep Houndmaster.
All right.
Nice shot.
You try take gold?
Job's done.
Who's ready to make some money?
Giving me coins already, alright. And they're Super Simian Sphere. I'm wondering whether to hit this right now. Give him those 2 coins. Because he is almost certainly going to trigger my secret on his next turn if I do this. It's a 6/6, that is really good.
Give me a quest.
Fall for the bait. No?
Does not fall for the bait.
Let's do that before that thing gets too big. I know he's going to draw him 2 cards, but it's Super Simian Sphere. It's just absurd. There's no way I'm not playing this right now.
Most so smart.
Go on,
This
do
one
it.
for
3
Mo.
cards. There it is. There it is.
Coin for card, card for coin.
Hey, pal. Trade Prince Gallowix here.
So once again, we get to Houndmaster Mukla into a 7/7.
Wonderful.
I think he's not going to hit Gallywix though, because he's not going to kill it. So we're probably going to throw the Doom Rat into Gallywix. Houndmaster at 5/5. And there's no reason not to kill that.
What you got there?
Such a nasty combination.
I'm putting specifically, by the way, my untargetable by spell card in the middle of my board here, because rogues have, this guy's a rogue, a spell called Betrayal, which you cast a spell on a card, and it deals his damage to the adjacent minions. So the adjacency order is very important.
Of course, you were mentioning that to me. Yeah.
So if I keep this guy in the middle, he can't betray him and put the damage on the 2 next to him. I think we've won this one.
You're in a nice spot, at least at the moment.
Oh, his deck is small. That's quite a good card for him. It's just so ridiculously strong. Just deal 7 free damage every turn.
Every turn.
What? He didn't combo that onto King Mukla? Because he could have done. It's not a spell. He could have killed Mukla and he didn't. crazy motherfucker.
Dead motherfucker. It's fine.
Okay, what are we rocking here? 13, 17. No, we're not approaching lethal yet. Absolutely not. No reason not to play that, I suppose. Actually, there probably is a reason not to play that. Just gonna hit one of my minions. Because I've got too many.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was actually probably a really bad secret to play, never mind. Okay, now we're pushing lethal. That's 10, 16, 20, 22, 23. It's 23 in hand. We can... No, we can't play him as well. We're not on turn 10 yet. It's 23 damage.
Got to.
Let's play it safe. What are my secrets, actually? It's a 3-3 and a misdirect that could hit face. If he hits his own face with a 5-4 trying to hit my hero, he could kill himself if I put that amount of damage on his face. It's quite funny. Oh no, he's got 7. It's not quite enough.
Got to.
Okay, let's just keep playing. Let's play safe. I'm playing my weapon in a really bad order here. Whoops.
Welcome to my
More spider ambushes?
Good lord.
He's got 10 cards in deck, and I think half of those are now spider ambushes.
Moo at least one kind of smart.
I think that's probably a conservative estimate.
But he didn't draw them twice in a row just then. Okay, is this lethal? 2, 3, 10, 12, 14, 18? 18. Still no. And this guy's just going to sit in our hand forever. I thought that's what happened here. There we go, here's all the ambushes.
Trog carries coins for me.
Wow.
Who's ready to make some money?
We don't have any max out, do we? Okay, do we have lethal now? 10, 11, 14, 16, 20.
Oh.
Fuck off.
One coin, two coin,
Does he have lethal?
more than two
Almost
coin.
certainly, right? 16, 20, 25, 28.
$28, yes, I count.
He can't play any
So
of
the
the
answer is
minions off
no.
the board.
Conundrum.
He's 4 off. He can't play minions. I absorb probably, well, 3 damage off the taunt that will come out after the secret plays.
Okay.
There's the misdirection as well. It's very unlikely that he can play into lethal on the next turn. Because we're absorbing almost certainly at least 7 damage. Which is... He would need 11 damage in hand to kill me. Rogues don't have buff everything cards that I know of. They have buff single cards. But I wouldn't say he even has those because he's not played any this entire game. I think this is Trishka's asking about charge minions. I don't think I've got any 1, 2, or 3 drop charge minions.
Got to.
Do I?
Got to.
I took a screenshot. Hang on.
I'm looking at your list here.
Conundrumage.
1, 2, and 3s? No, I don't think
Nothing
you have
with
any.
charge. Okay.
So what are you thinking? Are you thinking you're just gonna attack face with everything and
Actually, he can't
So-
heal. So as long as I get him within 7,
of course.
that's basically fine. So let's... I'm 1 outside of lethal with just Mukla. So as long as any minion survives, we're alright.
And if they
Also, if
he
misdirection hits
can.
his face, that would be very nice. He can clear. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's going to clear the 1/1s. Oh, no, he is going to clear the 1/1s. Okay. Go on, hit face. Hit face. Hit face. And... Alright. Can anything kill that? No. They attacked in the perfect order.
and we escape. See, this game just requires you to think, like, very carefully about what you're gonna do each turn.
Oh,
More than I'm used to.
These are fun. We can make our minions cost 1 less. We can make their minions cost 1 more. Or, and this one's really fun, we can put 10 Scrolls of Wonder into our deck. The Scroll of Wonder is a card that... Did you see how his charge spiders were working on his turn? Where when he pulled the card, he would immediately draw another card?
Yes.
It's almost like a fake card. It's like when you pull it, it does something, and then you just draw another one. So it works like that. You put 10 Scrolls of Wonder into the deck, and when you pull it, it casts any random spell from the game with random targets. It's pretty It's pretty cool. Now, that sounds like it's exactly 50-50, because any spell could hit you or them and that kind of thing. It's not quite the case, because lots of spells do things like buff all your minions for 2 health, or hit every enemy minion for 2 damage. Now, obviously, there is no random target there. You can't target your minions with a spell that specifically says hit enemy minions. So depending on the card texts, generally you're favored. There's a more than 50% chance you're going to get a good outcome. But if there's a spell like... there's lots of spells that just says buff a minion for +2/+2. And it doesn't specify any minion, and that can hit theirs, which is kind of fun. You can do like Pyroblast, deal 10 damage, and just do it straight on your face.
I wish.
To just kill you. It's
yeah, I wish it were a little bit more controllable.
I like this card. I think it's a lot of fun. 10 times during this game, a random spell is going to go off, and it could just do fucking anything.
I don't see that as. I don't know if that always gonna work on your favor though. I don't think. I mean, something like the other two cards are always favorable to you, right?
Yeah, true.
Getting reduced cost, minions, or increasing the cost of his, that directly benefits you. I tend to play more conservatively, however. If you just want to have fun with it, then not by all means take it.
Lucian says that the Book of Wonders could potentially kill Mukla. That is one thing to consider. Depends whether we're playing to win or playing just to fuck around. Because Book of Wonders is definitely the fuck around card.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to go and just have some fun with it, this is your Hearthstone stream, and I want you to enjoy it because I want you to do it again. So if that makes you happy, then let's do it.
Glyph of Warding. So I really like Book of Wonders. If there was another decent treasure, I would take that, just because this is risky. But these two are just so boring and not that great either. So I think I'm just going to go with Wonders, just because those two are so uninteresting. Now this is where we get to fill out the back end of our deck with some slightly more interesting shit. Emperor Thurison. Every card in our hand gets one cheaper. Cool.
So that's the same as the treasure we could have just gotten,
exactly,
except
yes.
it's only when that guy's in play, right?
And it's only for hand, not deck. But yes, pretty much.
Oh, for hand,
it's
okay.
a mini version. Kel'Thuzad, I'm convinced, is maybe the most valuable card in Dalaran. Because, again, we're playing against AI. They seem to struggle to get rid of this guy. It's kind of amazing. At the end of each turn, summon all friendly minions that died this turn. Now this turn means mine or theirs. So I can put this guy down on my turn, trade all of my minions into all of his minions, and then they just come back.
Neat.
He's also really good in Death Rattle decks, because every time they die, they trigger their Death Rattle, and then
They also pick up other guys, yeah.
It's pretty crazy. The one problem with him is I don't have much taunt, and he is much better hidden behind taunt, but he's still pretty powerful. Especially if you can get two of him. and in Dungeon Run, that's not too difficult to do. Often some weird shit goes down with the treasures that duplicate your cards, and he gets pretty crazy. And then Ysera is always a fun one. Ysera is a dragon that every turn gives you a Ysera Dream card. And there's a few of those. There's the card Dream, which is just send a minion back to the owner's hand. I believe that's free.
Okay.
I think that's 0 mana. You can get some useful shit with that. If they put out a big minion, you can just get rid of it and waste their entire turn. You can use
So they have to waste their next turn getting it back.
Exactly, yeah. You can just basically burn a turn for them, which is great. You can do things like Dream back Ysera and put it out again. So if your Ysera gets slowly whittled down from a 4/12 to a 4/1, boom, Dream back out on the board, deal with it. It's a 4/12 again. Dream is good. There's Nightmare, which gives a card, I think, +5/+5, but it dies at the end of the next turn.
Oh my goodness,
Good,
okay.
Good for burst damage. There's Ysera Awakens, deal 5 damage to everything except Ysera. It's a great board clear. It hits your minions, their minions, and both heroes. And then there's two minions as well. There's the Laughing Sister and the Emerald Drake. The Laughing Sister is terrible. I don't remember what it actually is. But the Drake, I remember, is a 4 mana 7/6 that can't be targeted by spells. That's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, Ysera is fun. Everyone's saying Legends. It's going to be Legends, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I think so as well.
Spirit Singer Umbra is actually very good in our deck. But goddamn, this is just so good. I also do really like Primordial Drake. It's a 4/8 for 8 that has taunt, which works well with oh, Kel's over here though, he's in the other pack. Fuck. And it deals 2 damage to all of the minions when you put him down as well. Yeah, it's the Legends. We need some heavy stuff in our deck now, it's about time.
Breaking from chaos and greed with
Okay,
relaxing beverage.
now I'm hoping we can duplicate Kel. That's the goal here with Bartender Bob. Duplicate Kel. Or duplicate Vicious Fledgling, or buff Vicious Fledgling. One of those would be nice.
Ooh.
Can you get a couple screenshots here?
Okay, yeah, let's do. Hold on, let's get this top. Let me get the top first.
He is the top one. The others are treasures. So we'll start with Clockwork Gnome here. Okay,
I got Clockwork Gnome.
Okay, and then that. Because occasionally he's got things like there's a card where you discover 3 of your spells or 4 of your spells and you remove one from your deck. And if we get things like that, I'm going to want to know what our spells are before I go ahead and do that.
Okay.
This is very odd. That's weird. The cloak and stagger. Kel's here. Kel is here. The dream begins.
Weapons outside, Buckeye.
Ysera's here.
Know the
That
rules.
is the dream. Okay, what's he got on his side? Carrion Drake. If a minion died this turn, gain poisonous. It's pretty cool. Venomizer is magnetic and poisonous. It's not for our deck, but it is cool. Sneeds is amazing. When he dies, you get a random legendary. Also, because of our deck, we can probably trigger that death rattle without him even dying. We could probably get 2 or 3 legendaries out of him. And Cthulhu is useless without Cthulhu-related cards. I think I told you about this guy. He's the thing where you build a whole deck around him and like other cards buff him while he's in your deck. And then when you eventually drop him, he's crazy. But you have
Yes,
to,
I think
you
you
have
did
to
mention.
build a whole deck around this guy, and we don't have it, so he's useless. So first of all, we can add everything from their side to our board, to our deck. I don't think we want that, because he's not particularly useful. He's awful. These 2 are good. Especially him. But I don't think it's worth it for getting this fucker. If he appears, we've lost. We can dismiss one of our cards. I think I might want to dismiss this guy. I don't think he's that strong, and we've got 2 of them.
Yeah, I would.
Yes, that's what I wanted. The gang's all here. We can make 4 Kells. Which is just so fucking silly. If you get 2 Kells on the board, they just revive each other. It's beautiful. Look at 4 spells from your deck and reduce the cost of 1 by 3 for this round. Cool. Okay, I've got a gang Kel. It's gotta happen.
You have to.
Okay, I'm going to do this because we're not doing the round of drinks. Oh, that said though, I can Brood. Brood changes every card here, so we can do this first and see. Actually, I'm going to dismiss this guy. No, I'm not. I've got cards I'd rather dismiss than that. We're going to Brood first.
Okay.
Because if we get that shitty 9-mana card that's in my deck, I'd rather dismiss that.
Get rid of that you know you're going to use it.
And he doesn't appear, so we can dismiss this guy. I've got the option to round of drinks these. Cave Hydra, we know is pretty good. Stitch Tracker is pretty good. Discover a copy of a minion in the deck. That could be a 3rd Kel. Chef Nomi, I don't know this guy. If your deck is empty, it's probably not going to happen. We've not built a deck around him. Lore Walker Cho, we get copies of any spells they play, and vice versa. He's a weird one.
Didn't I fight against Lore Walker Show
You
yesterday?
did, yes. Yeah, everyone you fought against yesterday is a legendary. You fought Illidan, he's a legendary. You fought Millhouse Manastorm, one of the worst legendaries in the game. Millhouse is a 4/4 for 2, good stats, but he makes all their spells free for the next turn. I've seen
Well, that doesn't seem appropriate.
I've seen some very silly things happen when people play Millhouse, and the opponent just has like 3 8-mana spells in their hand, and they're just all free on turn 3, and you just can't deal with it. I don't know if I'm going to round of drinks that. I think a free spell is better. All secrets. Okay. Which is the best secret, is the question.
Let's see.
I suppose the question is, what would we rather play on turn 1, which is when we get to play it?
Well, I like Rat Trap. I'm a Rat Trap guy.
Rat Trap was good against that one really specific guy that was going to be pulling coins.
Okay.
The thing is with Rat Trap, even though it has the potential to get 6/6 out really early,
Quiet night.
it often doesn't go off because early in the game you don't generally have the mana to play 3
Have
cards.
enough mana to play 3 cards, right?
It's not that common that people play 3 cards in a turn. It happens obviously, but it's not a reliable secret.
Conundrum Age.
I think it might be Bear. It's actually one of the only taunts in our entire deck.
Well, then let's. Yeah, I would say Bear is a second.
This guy would have been another good one to duplicate as well, but I'm happy with Cal. We have significantly
Come back again soon now.
weighted our deck towards the heavy end in the last draft.
Last time, now.
Whenever a stealth minion is summoned, give it +2 attack.
Last time.
It's interesting that that actually works for us as well. That doesn't say friendly minions, it just says minions. Unfortunately, we have no stealth minions.
Old bark guy.
We could have had stealth minions, because Hunter does
That's
actually
right.
have a few stealth beasts. Oh, he's so good early on.
Stop and loader, Jade.
Was that 50 health?
Yep. They get big. We get bigger as well. I think we're probably on like 35 right now. Ysera is a clear throw. Sunreaver, I know we're not going to have secrets, but at least it's something guaranteed to go down on turn 2.
Yep.
And Vicious, I would love to go down on turn 3. Okay, that's good. Oh, we can get him out on turn 2. Can we?
Ooh.
Can we get him out on turn 2? Yes, we can. Okay, the Deck of Wonders. Let's see how that fucks us over. What a draw. In fact, even better than Vicious Fledgling going out on turn 2 is definitely Super Simeon going out on turn 3.
I am ready.
Job's done.
Is it? Maybe it's not. Oh, what's going to happen? So, oh. We've got a 10-10, so silly.
Oh my god.
That is... Holy fuck. What a start. What a fucking Deck of Wonders. Dino size. Set of minions, attack and health to 10. Now here's the danger. That doesn't say friendly minion. It could have set this to a 10-10.
Oh god.
We won the coin flip though. Alright.
That's freaking evil.
We don't even need to do this. That's fantastic.
Trust the pirate.
You real pirate.
No, don't kill him. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, we get a secret? Okay, that's fine. We got a secret. Oh, this guy goes off because we just cast a secret. It's kind of funny. Okay, well, everyone knows that it's the law that you have to hit face with Vicious Fledgling immediately. He survives, that's nice. We can give him that, and he stays alive.
Yep. That goes away.
Got something to hide?
That's hero, that's hero. Okay, I should have planned and buffed that guy, never mind. Oops. What do you do? Oh. Trigger the death rattle of a random friendly minion. Okay, fine. Oh no, he's dead! You fucker! He's dead. Right, for that.
He was aware of the danger.
For that,
He
yeah,
was
Super
aware of
Saiyan's
the
fair.
danger.
Oh no, they know how valuable that card is. They really everyone to get rid of it. I think you're a little bit fucked, aren't you, pal? There he is.
Here's our favorite 7/7.
That fucking dino size. Holy shit.
You not with me? Then you against me.
Ridiculous. That's what Deck of Wonders does. Sometimes it just wins you the game. And sometimes it just loses you the game.
This time, it wins.
God, imagine if it had made his chest attention. Oh, wow. Okay. We've started the legendary train. Do we continue it? We've got Gaz again. The double damage dude. We've got Sneeds on Shredder. Drops as legendaries. Maybe more than one, knowing our deck. And the Lich King. He's similar to Ysera. He's got a set of unique cards that he gives us every turn, just like Ysera. I don't remember all of the Lich Kings, but he has some powerful ones. He's got a 5/3 weapon, I think. And then when it breaks, anything you killed with it is summoned onto your side of the board. That's pretty ridiculous. It's got a give all your minions +2/+2 and can't be targeted by spells. It's got either deal 5 damage or heal 5. Like you can do one or the other. It's got summon the top 5 minions from your deck, I think. Yeah, he's got some pretty powerful cards.
He does look pretty badass.
And we've just got some more secret shit. That's got to be this, right? That's 3 very good legendaries. The problem is our deck is just getting heavier and heavier.
I was gonna say, you don't want the 3 1s on the left?
In a way, maybe, kind of. I don't want Carnassa, though. Carnassa dilutes our deck too much.
I think it's the legendaries in the middle.
Actually, no, when you... they... I think they Battlecry draw a card. I don't actually think they do dilute the deck. So Carnassa is, I think, an 8/8 for 5, and it puts, I think, 10 or 20 or something raptors into your deck, and a raptor is like a 3/2 for 1, and I think the Battlecries draw a card. So you just draw into like raptor after raptor. I don't even know if
That's
this
pretty
goes
cool.
off, though. Firefly is 2, Shimmer is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have exactly 7 1-drops in this deck. That's a risk. We're probably not going to get this to go off. Yeah, it's Legends again. They're just so strong.
Yep.
Harrow Setting Sun. Your opponent's minions have... Oh, this guy's a motherfucker. He actually counters our particular deck extraordinarily well. All of our minions have less than 2 less attack. So he cannot attack. He cannot attack. Him, he can attack because we buffed him. But he can't. He can't unless we buff him. He's only got 1. Like, a lot of our stuff can't attack now.
And he's rife with health as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this could be a struggle. This could be a loss. We do have a hero power though, which counts as his. But just like already, this guy, there's just no point having him. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Book of Wonders. Let's see what happens. Yeah, our hero power is countering his hero power. That's true. It's still a complete dickhead though. I guess that goes out.
Pardon me for just a couple minutes.
That's right. So this guy just can't do anything unless I buff it. Glaive also buffs it. Probably just going to keep hold of those charges to react to whatever he's doing. Reduce the attack of an enemy minion by 2 until your next turn. Amazing. Scroll of Wonder. It's another Venom Strike, same as last time. Incredible. I think we probably put down Thorison, right? The rule is you get him out as quickly as you can. Everything gets cheaper.
Take heart.
Oh, fucking
The
hell.
Earth Mother is near.
A spell in my deck. That's probably a secret. I don't mind him getting those too much. Did we just ignore Can? Yeah, we'll be streaming during the August meetup, Rubix. I think you just ignore Can, right? Isn't that the rule? No one actually attacks Can. Thing is, when he dies, he drops another 4/5. So if you kill him, it just does nothing.
So, well, it's not nothing if you had your Super Simian Sphere.
Let's hope to draw that at some point.
Which I now just realized what that's referencing.
Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Never didn't make the connection.
I am
You know what? Until you,
You never-
just said that, I also never considered that.
You never. Nobody's ever accused me of being smart.
Oh, getting a Sneeds on 6. That's good. Oh shit, he can't attack unless I buff him. Oh dear. Ah, Spirit Lash. Of course you got a Spirit Lash. You Scroll of Wondered into a Paladin secret. Interesting. Cybertech Chip. What did you just do? Divine Favor goes off for exactly 1 card. Incredible. And another Scroll of Wonder deals 3 damage to Please the Can. Please the Can. Great. Thank you for that. I got a good card off
You
it,
wanted the Scroll of Wonder.
I know.
You wanted that Scroll of
I
Wonder.
got Ziliax out of it. That's not bad. So this one here, Cybertech Chip. Give your minions Death Rattle and a random mech to your hand. That's pretty cool. So we put that on the Cobra, and then we killed the Cobra, and we got Ziliax out of it. Interesting.
Interesting.
We're also overloaded for 1 because we played a lightning bolt. Can we deal 1 damage right now? Yeah, of course we can. We got the weapon. Ziliax gets 3 plus the buff from the Opportunist. Minus the 2 from his though, so it's still a 3. Which means we can't kill the second version of Cairn. We can put him out and just not attack at all though, and absorb damage. Because he does have Taunt and Divine Shield. Sneeds is also just pretty fantastic though. I think it might just be Sneeds and play to curve. What are you doing? Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. I think Ziliax is a better trade. Sneeds and Smack into Cairn. Well, the Smack into Cairn plan's gone to shit. Ziliax kills it. Ziliax kills at least the first form. Although Sneeds... Sneeds kills it better. Yes.
Job's done.
Go fuck yourself. Explosive. Perfect counter. I completely forgot I had that up.
All upon.
Fuck you, Ken. Oh, don't do that. Thank Christ they only got 1 can. Oh, shit. Okay. Go on. What's going on? If you freeze my Sneeze. Thank you. That is exactly correct, actually. That is the ideal thing for that to do. Okay. We can kill the 4-5 with a Ziliax double buffed. We can't double buff it. We're overloaded. Fuck. We can hit it with the weapon. We can hide Gazrilla behind a taunt as well, which is sounds fun. I'm sure we'll be doing that. We can, of course we can. We've got coins. That sounds good. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet, but it sounds good. So if we go up to 7 mana, if we go up to 8 mana, we can put Gaz down and taunt the 3/7. That could snowball.
That sounds like a really good plan.
If he removes it, I'm kind of fucked. Because I'm not actually attacking any of his minions if I do that. Which lets him just develop his board more and more. And it may be the case that he just kills that too easily on his next turn. If I Ziliax, I can at least kill this right now.
You know I tend to be more of a defensive player. So you know I would choose Ziliax and get rid of his board. Because you taught me... You taught me that you never know what they can do to buff their opponent, to buff their minions.
Right.
And so removing them is always a known quantity.
He's a priest. Priests have quite a lot of buff. Yeah.
There are two sides.
The other option here is coin out the Lich King.
The light.
And just start getting some Death Knight cards, whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
And then get Gaz behind that next turn.
The
Also
stronger
possible.
the
Let's
light,
just do that. He's great.
deeper the shadows.
And Taunt Sneeds.
I am not the only one.
That seems
who
reasonable.
has seen both sides. Then
He's got a line specific to Lich King. That's great.
Well, he is a priest.
Okay, Gaz could probably get pretty ridiculous here. I'm hoping I've got something that can damage Gaz. I don't think I do then. Ooh, don't like this one. Destroy a random enemy minion. Not a fan. What are you doing? Okay, that's fine. That's really fine, actually. If we've just pulled Getaway Kodo, this thing destroying one of our cards, I don't care. It's actually really good if it destroys Sneeds. Because I just get another Sneeds. Plus a random, plus a random legendary. Well, Lich King kills him. Then Sneeds dies as well. We get a Sneeds back in hand, which we can play onto board immediately. We lose the Taunt though. But if I Gaz Rilla, Gaz could die to this, and I really don't want Gaz to die.
No. I like the idea of getting that guy buffed pretty strong. So keeping him alive is a good thing.
conundrum is.
Death Coil actually works really well with Gaz. Which means not playing Gaz on this turn. No, does it? I could play Gaz on this turn. It takes 4 damage from Can. I heal that back up with Death Coil. He's now an 8/9 plus the buff.
Oh gosh.
And it starts getting worse from there. And then the Bear Trap taunts up as well.
Oh man.
That's my current. Yeah, okay. Oh, and Houndmaster buffs it. But it buffs it with Taunt, which I don't want to do. How does this die? It dies... It cannot die without something on board dying. Right? Unless I Death Coil. But I don't want to use Death Coil. Yeah, I think... I think it just has to be there.
Has come.
Buff the 3/7 into the 4/4. Buff
6/4 into 4/8.
Into 4/8. Well, unfortunately, the 4/8 has Taunt, so I have to kill the Taunt first, which means the 3/7 doesn't hit the 4/4. So my 3/7 is going to die, because I think it sort of has to. Fuck it. Now, I random electric is a beast, because this thing is telling me that I can... Ooh! Whenever another minion takes damage, destroy it. He's good. Again, better hidden behind Taunt. Not a great class to play.
Yeah, Dylan, this is why he plays this and I don't. Because I don't think very long on even like Spire. Though to be honest, Spire doesn't require it.
Okay, I can actually throw out a metric shitload of Taunt on this turn. To play Gaz behind.
Precision.
That's 3 Taunts. Come at me, bro.
All upon us.
wow. Okay. Don't summon a fucking can. Okay, that's...
No.
Is it fine? I can deal 5 to it from Death Coil.
Alright.
I can Acid Maw into Death Coil. Acid Maw then dies. That would be a board clear, but that's my entire turn. I'm leaving him with an empty board if I do that. I don't have a good play here.
There are two sides.
It has taunt, so there's like not really much of a choice anyway.
Including.
You're eventually gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, I really don't have a good play here. I can clear it, but it costs me 2 very valuable cards, and I leave nothing on my board.
Right.
Through the light's teachings, I have found my place within the dark.
I can play Starving Buzzard and hope he hits face to try and summon the 3/3 bear, which gives me card draw off Starving. I don't think he would do that, though. I think they tend to try and hit Starving because of the card draw.
Right.
Random says polymorph. Yeah, let's polymorph it.
I like sheep.
Drushka says you think that's the best play. Which play? Playing Acid Maw and then Death Coiling
The
it?
stronger the light, the deeper.
I think it's my
the
only play, isn't it?
shadows.
It's gross. I hate it, but I think we have to.
Yep. Drushka agrees.
That really, that's so good. That card, that fucking card. Obsidian statue. Holy shit, it's ridiculous. 4/8 for 6. Taunt, lifesteal, and a death rattle that kills a random enemy minion. Fucking hell. How do you deal with that?
Just like you did.
Oh my god, we didn't get a... We didn't get an obsidian statue. We're still in the game, maybe.
Minions, servants,
Fuck off.
soldiers of the cold dark.
He nicked my cow.
The cold of Kel'Thuzad.
He nicked my fucking cow.
He did indeed.
I think Gaz might have to go down here just to absorb the damage. Oh, this is game. This guy is just absurdly strong. He's losing out on the cut. Like his hand is going down. I've still got the card advantage, but it's not much card advantage.
Through the light's teaching,
I still
have
cannot pull
found
anything
my
from Starving
place
Buzzard because my
within
deck is
the
too
dark.
heavy. I've got a load of 1-drops sat in there that I'm not drawing into. Oh fuck! What do I do with this?
The stronger the light, the deeper the shadows.
It's a bad draw.
Got to.
Fucking hell. And whatever he trades into, whatever I play onto the board, just revives from kill.
Yeah. Yep.
I actually think I don't play anything.
And he's doing 16 to face.
He's doing 16 to face next turn after he empties my hand. Because I can't deal with him. Whatever I put down empties out hand, and he still has 16 damage on board. In fact, he has 20 damage on board because this will die to whatever I put out. Trigger the death rattle, and then he respawns.
Including
Right.
the light.
So anything that I put out essentially buffs that for 4 damage.
And I guess you can't put anything out. I mean, it's crazy.
Or anything that kills it, at least. At the moment, nothing here kills it.
There are two sides to everything.
That's a problem in itself, because it doesn't kill any of his
light.
board. Because it doesn't kill that. Shit. Gazrilla and hope he kills it with Kel. But Gaz doesn't even kill Kel, that's the problem. But he also won't. I think the AI is too smart for that. Fuck, I don't play anything. That's disgusting, but that's what I have to do.
That sucks.
This is game.
Yeah. Oh no.
Deck of Wonders can save me. That is an out.
One in 5.
And I'm going to trigger its death rattle. You ready?
I wonder what this does.
20% chance to kill Kel.
Didn't get it.
It removed the second most damage from his board, so. Fine. And it comes right back. Go on. Yes! We hit Kel. We're still in it. Please.
With 8
save
health
me.
to his 68.
No. Bad. Yes, good. Bad. Bad target. Worst target.
All upon us.
Copy a spell in your opponent's deck. Swap the health and attack of all minions. That's awful right now. That
No.
buffs his board for 6.
Everything.
Amazing. Okay, so he's currently dealing 12, 17 damage. He's dealing 17 damage. We can...
Got to.
I like that not only does this buff his board for 7, but it kills my board. That would actually die if I did that.
Yeah.
That's sort of hilarious. Okay.
Through the light's
Starving Buzzard,
teachings,
Houndmaster.
I have found my place.
Removes 4 damage from his board. That leaves him with 13. I can't Gaz Hound, that's too much mana. I don't
You don't see an out, huh?
think I lose. I think I have just lost. I can buff that to 4. That actually doesn't kill anything. That's incredible. I can't even draw. I still have no beasts for Starving Buzzard.
I think this is white flag.
Maybe he'll see Gazrilla as so unbelievably terrifying that he has to kill it.
No. That's not how he saw it.
Gaz saps 9, there's 8 damage left. Well, they don't have to attack Gaz, Lucian. He's not got taunt. I literally had to not play anything on my next turn. It was worse for me to play things onto my board than to not play things. So I floated, what, 8 mana on turn 8? Because he played Kel. That's how broken that card is. It's ridiculous.
Oof.
He made me waste my turn 8, or whatever turn that was, just because he played Kel into the board. It's a fucking silly card. It was
a good run.
It
Thank
was a
you,
good
Dreshko.
run. I enjoyed that.
It was fun.
And we got pretty far considering that was Hunter. I think Hunter's maybe one of the weaker classes to do this with. Maybe not.
Alright, so what'd you get? You got...
I got the random Hunter deck, so if we run Hunter, I now have the option of just that, like just getting random cards. I imagine it's probably terrible, but it's fun. I imagine it would be very badly balanced and cards that don't work well together, but either way, it's fun.
I guess you don't need my screenshots anymore, huh?
I'm afraid not. That deck is dead forever. I think I'll run another one.
Yeah. I can stick around for about 45 more minutes, and then I gotta start heading to my board meeting.
Okay, but Alright, here we go. Roll in for the class. We're doing this. Whatever's in between my fingers there. That is a 1. Mage.
Mage!
Call it
A natural
criminal
1.
element.
Wasn't even an 11, huh?
So yep, 1-2 for Fire Blast, 3-4 for Burning Wit, and 5-6 for Frostburn. 2. It's a good old classic Mage Fire Blast.
Fire Blast. Hey, that's the one I had when I played.
And here we go. Three. Taking Burn. Burn gets... okay. Flame Juggler. Couple Geomancer, so a bit of spell damage. A couple of secrets. Bit of Battlecry damage. I don't particularly like that deck, but we'll make it work.
Let's make it work. It's kind of the beauty of these things, right?
Considering that's called Burn, it doesn't have that much burn in it. It's got like 2...
I was actually I
Two
was
burn
going to
cards.
mention.
Consider like Mage has Pyroblast and Fireball and Dragon Breath and so many other like fire
Another
related
busy
spells.
day. Next
And none
in
of them are
line.
in this deck. It's got Flame Strike. How can you not put Flame Strike in a deck called Burn?
Next.
It's a weird card.
You know, in the United States, we have what do they call it? Trucks have to have a warning for like how much for hazardous materials. And they gasoline trucks do not have. I believe they do not have a flammable. They have a flammability rating of 0.
Okay.
Like, in other words, this is not flammable.
Right.
And reason being, because they're not flammable, they're explosive, or vice versa. It's one of the others.
Okay.
Oh no.
I guess if it's exploding, it's not on fire.
Exactly. Like,
Ooh, hello.
ooh, leftmost. Okay, that could be useful. I don't suppose you can rearrange cards in your hand.
No,
I'm just kidding.
this makes for some weird strategy. It's fun though.
You're all about.
Oh, okay, that's quite a pack. This is a little bit like the
Wow.
deck of wonders we had in the last game. For every spell
Okay.
that I've cast this game, when I play this, we cast a random spell with random targets. That really fucks the game up. If I've played 10 spells before this guy comes out, as soon as I put him down, 10 random spells just go off.
That seems bad.
Again, you've got the more than 50% chance of like good shit happening though.
This seems very chaotic to me.
It's very chaotic. Tome of Intellect, add a random mage spell. Alaneth is shit. It mills you like crazy. It sounds good. It's not good. Although, you know what? With Emerald Goggles, it's not quite as bad as it usually is. It's still probably not very good though. And then Hexlord Malacras, a copy of your opening hand to your hand. It's interesting.
So basically, you get 2 of every card to start, of the 3 cards that you start with.
Yes, he is an 8 mana spell. It's 8 mana minion. It's not like you're going to get this immediately.
Oh, it's
When
not
you
how
hit-
you.
yeah,
Okay, you
when
don't
you
know how you
hit
start
turn
it.
8, you put this guy down and you just get your opening hand back. It's interesting. It changes the way that you draft your opening hand quite significantly.
Yeah, it kind of creates an extra incentive to get good cards in the beginning.
Yeah, but good usually means heavy, and you don't usually want heavy cards in your opening hand. But like, because you can only run 1 of your legendaries, for example, if you want 2 of a legendary, you can mulligan for it. But often you don't want to play that legendary. So like, do you want to keep the 10 mana legendary in your opening hand that is going to be a dead card for the first 9 turns, just so this guy can get a second one for him? It's interesting. It really changes the way that you do that opening mulligan.
Makes sense.
Over here we have the Mage Quest. Cast 6 spells that didn't start in your deck, followed by 4 spells that didn't start in our deck, because Primordial is 1, and Kabbalist is 3 more.
Oh my gosh.
But, oh fuck, these 3. Love them. Baron end of your turn, deal 2 damage to everything. And Rag, can't attack. At the end of your turn, deal 8 damage to a random enemy. My favourite thing about Rag is if they silence him, he can just attack now. You can't even silence Rag. You just make an 8/8 for them if you silence him. He's so good. That pack is fucking ridiculous. I love that. Okay. So now we need to start playing bearing in mind that we have Emerald Goggles. That changes our opening draft quite significantly.
Rakandishu versus Nisi.
Depending on the way our deck drafts go, you might notice some pretty stupid things happening at the beginning of this game. I've had 7 minions out on turn 1 before because of Emerald Goggles.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this is going to be a turn 1 drop. We probably don't want that. Actually, no, you know what? We do want that. Because these two both come out on turn 2. So, turn 1, we get 2 2-drops.
Job's done.
That's alright. Spirit of the Dragonhawk. Your hero power also targets adjacent minions. That's pretty sick. And a 2/3 that won't do much else. And now on next turn, we get to play all of these 3. And don't get to play the Rag 2. But he goes down. He goes down.
Can I light your
He goes down. On turn 2, we've got 4 minions out.
I got this.
It's a good start.
Emerald Goggles is, yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Stand down!
I got this.
cooking time?
He hasn't actually played a card yet and he's on 6 health.
Bask in the glow of Elune!
It's Rag turn.
Cooking time.
Oh my god.
This might actually be lethal, I've not counted. Nah, I'm 3 off. He could kill himself
lord.
with my explosive rune, depending on what he puts down here. Oh no, that's a shame. Please don't come out Rag. Please don't come out Rag.
In the light's name.
Well, this is going to be a fun end.
A quick end.
Oh, Rag.
Wow.
Oh, Emerald Goggles. Two lovely guys.
That's just silly. I like it.
Alright,
It
we get
befits me.
Yogg number 2.
Oh my god.
Archmage Arugula, who's he? Archmage Arugula. Whenever you draw a minion, add a copy to your hand. It's pretty cool. Medivh the Guardian, he's great. When you play him, you get the Asiesh, the Great Staff of the Guardian. I don't remember what it does, but it's sick. It's a 0... No, is it a... It's a 1-3? And I think when you play a minion, it buffs it. Or something. I forget. It's really good, whatever it is. Ray of Frost, Freeze and Damage. Ice Barrier, Ice Block. They're 2 pretty good secrets. Counterspell, Illuminator, Mana Blind. That's kind of shit. I don't know if we want a deck that's getting this
Oh my god,
crazy heavy. But a second Elixir-on and Medivh is pretty cool. Cold Snap is probably the way to go, just for the mana, because this is getting kind of ridiculous to put these two.
Yeah, you gotta lighten the deck up a little.
Shame. Passing up on Medivh. I like Medivh. Now this guy, you've got to kill his minions very fast, because if you don't, he gives them Mega Wind Fury, which means they can attack 4 times in 1 turn.
Well, that you don't want that to
Don't want
happen.
him doing that now. So I need to make sure his board is always nice and light.
Give up your treasures!
You do
I
not
think I might keep
belong
these just because they're guaranteed to be 1-drops. With Emerald Goggles, you really want to make sure that you don't accidentally put a heavy card on the left side of your hand. Like if I mulligan and I get Rag there, well, I just don't get the cheap mechanic for 5 turns.
Right.
This will kill whatever he plays first. And I'll now get another one. And this is where we start chaining some crazy shit.
Lovely.
That's good. It's giving this Mega Wind Fury. Has no attack value.
He's like, I gotta do something.
So it's about freeze a minion. If it's already frozen, deal 5 damage to it.
Toasty!
Guess we don't play that. Can you buff this? If you can, then we'll see what happens.
Draw a card, copy it if you played an elemental last time.
You did not. Well, this guy's fucked. What is happening with all the bosses?
Feeble toasty!
Oh, you say this now.
Again, he's on 6 health and just hasn't done anything.
Calamos rises!
He almost killed himself. Oh no, he has killed himself because of the spell damage. Alright. Turn 4.
Alright, GT to him.
This Emerald Goggles, man, they are so good. I actually didn't know that spell damage triggered that secret. I guess, of course, it does, and I've never really thought about that. Ooh, we got it then. We've actually got quite a spell damage heavy deck, which makes this even better. Because that's going to be like 23 damage.
Wow.
Soul Reaper's Scythe is interesting. It's very difficult to use, though. It's a 6 attack weapon that I can use once. And every single time I attack with it, it summons... You know that dagger that we had in Slay? Where it just got bigger and bigger?
Yes,
It's that.
Ritual Dagger.
Yeah, it's that. Every time I use this weapon, it summons every minion I've killed with this weapon to my side.
Oof.
The problem with this is that, one, I might not draw it, and in that case I might end up at like the final fight and have an essentially useless card. And treasures should never be useless, treasures should be very powerful. But also, it's hard to use because you get into this thing where, like, what do I want to kill with this that's really valuable? I don't want to kill this 2-2 out on the board because that's kind of rubbish, like that's a waste of it. It's like, you get too greedy with it and sometimes you just don't end up using it well. Or you play around you play around trying to kill something good with this so much that you end up losing the game to it. I think it's Super Simian Sphere again. We saw how powerful he was last time.
Absolutely.
He's fucking crazy.
By the way, I loved Super Monkey Ball. That was a game I did play.
I played the Wii, yeah, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz on the Wii is what I played, and it's a fucking hard game, but it's good.
It is a very hard game. I watch people speedrun it, and I'm like, oh my god,
I bet you can
people...
do some crazy shortcuts, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You blink, you've missed 3 levels.
I see a really good Cold Snap over here. Cold Wraith is just, even if his Battlecry doesn't go off, he's just decent stats. But the Ice Block, a second Ice Block, is nice. We just get 2 free turns. Blizzard is really useful AoE. 2 damage to all enemy minions and freeze them. It's fantastic.
Hey, isn't Blizzard the name of a gaming company?
I think you're getting them mistaken with someone else.
Okay.
No, I don't think it is. Astromancer, summon a random minion with cost equal to your hand size. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then Big Bad Archmage, 10 mana. At the end of your turn, summon... Ooh, he's good. 10 mana, and every time he survives a turn, you get a random 6-drop. It's pretty sick.
Ooh.
I don't want these. They're rubbish. It's one of these two. Again, this is pretty heavy, but they're very good cards.
Yeah.
Astromancer,
Yeah,
you know what? Astromancer is really weak in our deck because our hand, we are playing so much for cheap out of our hand that that's probably going to end up summoning like a 1-drop almost every time. So I think that will be the decider, and we'll go with Cold Snap again.
Sounds good. I would be inclined to agree with you. And balancing out the deck a little bit on cost is not a bad thing either.
Breaking from chaos and greed with relaxing beverages.
Screenshot.
Hell yes.
I might well need to ask you about my spells if I get the chance to either throw one or make one cheaper.
Got it.
Hello, Rag.
All are welcome. Just don't cause any trouble.
Okay, so there's no brood, which means the cards we see here are the cards that we're going to be considering. We can fire everyone. Nope, I'm not getting rid of my rag.
Excuse me.
I can recruit one from up here. So there's this guy. After you cast a spell, freeze a random enemy. It's kind of cool.
Mayhem?
I don't particularly like animated armor. He seems kind of shit. Without a weapon class, and we are not a weapon class. Leroy again, good old Leroy. We're not trying to win this with rushdown burst damage though, so...
As much as we have the first 2 matches.
Yeah.
Maximum chaos!
Hunter's much more of a rushy class. And the Black Knight, he's kind of generally just sort of useful. He just free kill a taunt, it's pretty cool. Is he good enough to recruit though? I don't know.
Let's be bad guys!
Tall Tales. Choose a friendly minion. It gains +4/+1, but costs 2 more. It's pretty good on these guys because they continue to be 1-drops if I do that.
Maximum chaos!
I think it might be alright on this guy.
Alright.
Good food, increase your starting health by 5 just seems really shit. And take a chance? That's good, we've got a heavy deck. I think I'm doing that now.
Well, we get all types around here.
Go on, give us a Yogg. Okay, he was worth, I think, like 4. That's okay. Recruit, do we recruit the Black Knight? No, Droshka says no. In that case, I think we... Oh wait, are you saying no to Black Knight or no to Cabal? I think giving Cabal +4/+4 is pretty cool. A 1 mana 6/5
Mayhem?
sounds good to me. I like the sound of a 1 mana 6/5.
Me too.
I'm gonna do that.
Some of these tales are so crazy, they're true.
Both players summon a minion from their deck, they fight. Interesting. I should hopefully do pretty well out of that. I've got a pretty heavy deck. Tall Tales I often don't end up using in the bartender Bob things, but this seemed like a really good instance for that. Well, we got a free Cosmic Anomaly.
An intruder? Time to test my latest wormholes.
Oh, what a start. What a start. Turn 1, I get a 4/3 and a 6/5.
Wow.
Yep.
Maybe burn is the appropriate title of this deck.
Feeble mind.
Well, there's a third of his health already eaten away on turn 2.
This is my board on turn 2. I've actually floated a mana as well. You've got a sword?
Just as
Okay.
I predicted. Only 1 casualty.
That's improved by spell damage. That's so sick. Wow. Okay.
Feeble mind.
Is this going to be another turn 4 win? I think it might be.
No, it could be another turn 4 win. I was gonna say turn 3 win, but it was close.
What are you taking? Oh, you're taking the good one. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Huge.
Thank you for playing.
Feel my wrath.
Turn 4 win, 2nd in a row. And we floated 2 mana. We won that game with 8 mana.
That's ridiculous.
Holy shit, we can get 3 Emperor Thurasens. As if our hand wasn't cheap enough.
I kind of like it because they're mid-range cost plus reducing the hand cost.
Is that absolutely ridiculous to take 3? I love this. Of all the random legends to give us, just 3 Emperor Thurasens. Fuck me. Okay, we've also got this shit over here, because Soot Spewer costs 1, that's nice. Unexpected results costs 1, and we've got some spell damage. Dalaran Aspirant, Inspire, gain spell damage for 2 mana. That seems pretty nice. We've also got this. Goblin Blast Mage. Do I have mechs? I have 0 mechs right now. Okay, but these 2 are mechs. Power Shredder, he's a really good 2-drop. Flame Leviathan, when you draw this, deal 2 damage to all characters. That's a weird one. I don't like him. It's not when you play it, it's when you draw it.
It's when you draw it, yeah. I was going to say, you don't even have enough control over when to proc that.
But I think Powered Up is actually pretty good for us.
Because everything's so cheap, right?
Yeah, just getting this like spell damage out and using it for this, I think is a really cool combo. Emperor Thorson just feels unnecessary. We've got Emerald Goggles already. That's silly. That is really silly.
I kind of like, but you like silly.
True.
You like these crazy ass builds.
Thing is, like, if I had really good card draw, again, this would be insane. But I don't have card draw.
I mean, how cheaply would Yogg-Saron be available to you?
If I got 3 Emperor Thorazons onto board, and this was the left-hand card in my...
Oh, wait a minute. That would mean you'd have to get past the fourth round.
Maybe
fourth turn.
He's 2 cheaper from the left hand. The Emperor Thorazons would go out from being the left-hand card. But no, I think you could chain this and get him out pretty soon.
Get him out on turn 6.
Rock and issue versus a fountain golem.
Ooh, Super Simeon on turn 3. That sounds good to me.
Oof, very nice.
I hope he can get him out on turn 3. Give me some nice things that can chain into him. Perfect. That'll do. Deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemies. Probably not the turn to do that. That's now 7 damage split among all enemies. Not bad. Oh yes, it didn't even kill this. That's great. I didn't want to give him coins. And next turn we get the Super Simians for... What is up with the bosses? They're just not doing anything. And he's a 6-5 again. Yeah, that's pretty good. You motherfucker. He actually killed my Super Simian.
I thought he couldn't be targeted by spells.
He didn't get targeted. There's no target. It just says transform
I
all
get it.
enemy minions, so there was no target requirement. Fucker.
Let's be
See, you complained that they weren't. You complained that they weren't that they weren't doing anything. Well, he did something, and now you're upset.
There's Yogg-Saron.
This is my
We
responsibility.
can get him out on turn 6 and just empty him from the hand, because he's going to block my... Right, you can come out next turn. You like your freeze.
Winter is here, and it's cold.
Oh, he gets card draw off that. Fuck off. Alright, let's see what happens. I should probably attack
This is
face
my
first in case something goes horribly wrong. Yogg-Saron time. Spellbinder, excuse me. Summon 2 wolves, sure, okay. Draw 3 1-cost minions from your deck. Sure, that works. Spirit Echo. Give something... Wow. Wow. We shuffled Jade Idols into our deck. Fine, whatever. That was very successful.
Nothing too crazy against
Nothing
you.
bad happened at all.
Nothing bad to you, actually.
So we got a secret. When he plays casts a spell on a minion, I summon a 1/3 as the new target. I got 2 wolves. I got 3 1-cost minions from deck. Well, I got 1. I only had 1. Never Surrender is a secret as well. When your opponent casts a spell, give all my minions +2 health. That's great. I've got 6 minions out. All of my minions will return to my hand when they die. That's pretty ridiculous. I get another Yogg-Saron when this dies. Wow. Sure. Okay. That was good. I'll take that. That's an exact counter. He basically just...
Perfect counter, yeah.
He just Frost Nova'd me. I turned his Blizzard into a Frost Nova. What did he do?
He tried to kill a frozen minion, and then you summoned a target that wasn't frozen, so he couldn't do anything with it. And
it's
then
very weird that it died though, because Shatter destroys a frozen minion, but the 1/3 that was summoned wasn't frozen, but it still died. That's a bizarre interaction.
Yeah,
I have no idea how that happened. That's really weird. I don't think he should have died. Do we start doing the Jades? Our deck is really thin. We could actually start chaining Jades. I don't really want to. I don't want to violate the deck. I'll just go for the heavy shit. There goes York. And I get another one.
That's right.
Ooh, Baron Geddon. Alright. What's our damage here? This is maybe lethal. It was lethal until I pinged him. Because I'm a fucking idiot. That was lethal. I just won and then I gave it up. I didn't count his health. I just did as much damage as I could from hand before Baron. But he had 2 damage.
Oh my gosh.
And I had the mana for that. Oh well, I mean he's dead next turn, but whoops. Sure. Freeze. Whatever.
Not on my watch.
I've got an ice block, which means I'm guaranteed a turn at some point.
Sure.
If somehow he magically had lethal there.
Just ping him, for God's sake.
I can win, but also I've got a Yogg.
And you just want to have fun.
Equals its health. Okay, fine. Copy all beasts in your hand. Got loads of those, yeah. Give the less most plus 2/2, fine. Summon a spear. Backstab is 5/3. Wow, that's a good fucking target. Hero's immune till next turn, sure. Give him any +3 attack. Yeah, Yogg's a bit bigger now. Give a random taunt +2/2. We've got no taunts. We then silenced Yogg and removed what we just buffed him for.
Okay.
So we buffed him and then immediately silenced him. Give the left. Summon a 5/5 copy of a random minion in your deck. So we got a 5/5 copy of him. Alright. That's where we're at. We're also immune. So we literally can't win now. All targets are chosen randomly. He could kill himself though. Go on, hit face. Hit face. Oh. This is kind of hilarious actually. With him alive, I actually might not have lethal. Because every target that I choose is going to be random.
It's random. Yeah.
I love this game. Actually, Baron is still lethal. Because there's no target.
It's everybody. Yeah. That's hysterical.
Oh, it's a fun game. Okay. I love this guy. Occasionally gives
helpful advice.
I'm just gonna take it and show you what happens. He's great. Some other really good small stuff. Breath of Syndra is good. Glacial Shard's good. I actually don't know if I want 1-drops though, because even 2-drops are cheap, are free to me right now. So I feel like I only really want to draft 3 and up. Arcane Dynamo, Battlecry, discover a spell that costs 5 or more. That's really good actually. Power of Creation, discover a 6-cost minion, summon 2 copies of it. It's a really good spell. Pyroblast is just deal 10 damage. That's the one that I said it's kind of funny when Deck of Wonders just does that to your own face. Turn of Intellect, add a random make spell to hand. Okay. Each player draws 2 cards. That's kind of shit. He's good. First spell each turn costs 0, and you discover a spell, which you can play for 0 if you want.
Play for 0.
I think I like this. There's some really good big cards.
Okay.
Let's bartend the
Breaking
dog.
from chaos and greed with relaxing beverage.
Is he lit?
Is he lit?
Lit Bob.
Oh dear.
What, are we not a Catane group at some time? At some points?
I thought you were
I
asking
think
if
we
he's
are.
like
Yeah,
a smoker or
intoxicated.
something.
Yeah. I am a sweet, innocent boy, Sky. I don't talk about those kinds of things.
Dylan says I can get a Pyroblast if I want it. I do want it. I got it. Okay. Ooh, some good shit here.
Scamp from the lab. You always brighten my day.
Okay, what are our options? We've got no Brood, so the cards we see are the cards we're working with. We can recruit everything from his side of the board. Well, you know I like Sneeds.
Yes, we
what else
do.
we got here?
A lot of good at did you last time, though.
From 1 to 2/5. Adjacent minions can't be targeted by.
Maximum chaos.
2 mana 3/2. You hear about deals 1 extra damage. He's alright, I suppose. From 1 to 4/5. Battlecry, discover 2 cards. Give 1 to your opponent at random. I'm sure he has some really sick use. I'm not sure what that is.
It's weird.
It's very weird, right?
It just seems like it. Here, let me help you.
Well, yeah, so you discover 2 cards. So it shows you 3 random cards. You pick 1. It shows you 3 more random cards. You pick 1. And then you get 1 at random, and they get 1 at random. So you could pick a great card and a shit card. And I guess he could potentially be like just a final, I'm about to lose. Let's pick an amazing card and a shite card. And like, maybe it's an out. You could pick 2 cards that I guess just kind of work well with your deck and not theirs. So that even if they get a card that's good for you, it's not for them. I don't know. I don't really know what the point of him is, but I bet he could be used in some cool ways.
Mayhem? Arson?
Alright. So we can hire them all. I doubt we're doing that. I don't think I want him or him. Maybe not him either. We can fire all of our guys. Absolutely not. We're keeping Rag. Praise Ragnaros. The gang's all here. Choose a minion. Make 3 copies.
Let's be bad guys.
What do we think about having 4 Rags in the deck?
I think that'd be fantastic, especially if they end up being low cost.
Give a friendly minion +2/+2 for this run. It's the most useless thing you can put on a Rag. Because he doesn't attack. He just fires fireballs. I think we're ganging Rag. You have to, right?
Yes, you do.
You just have to do that. And then we do a telestory to probably him to keep him alive for as long as possible.
Safe travels.
Drahushka agrees with your choices.
Give all minions in your hand +1/+1. That's pretty good. I like him.
Maybe he won't survive long enough.
I hope so. That's the idea. Let's rush him down.
Versus Aki.
Give up your treasures!
Well, that's a start.
The light will show you no mercy.
Please give me something that I can chain. Yes, that works. Ooh, lovely. Yes. I'm getting very lucky with my pulls here. Oh yeah, we've got the Wondrous Wisdom Ball. Yay. He's fun.
That's a great spell. We should cast it again.
It's terrible. You can't do that. You can't cast 2 of the same secret. What a useless thing for you to do. Okay, well the first thing that Wondrous Wisdom Ball tried to do for us didn't work. Because you can't have 2 of the same secret. Good start. Thank you, Wondrous Wisdom Ball.
You're the one who thought it was awesome.
He's changing the cost of one of our cards. Oh, we just drew Baron and it's 3 mana cheaper than usual. Thank you, Wondrous Wisdom Ball.
Holy cow.
I love it. It's such a fun treasure. It's great. We have a turn 4 Baron coming up. Actually, yeah.
Bathe in glory.
What did you just do? Oh.
Science overwhelming.
I've just got to put it down, haven't I?
Yep.
Wait, what? Ha-
What the hell?
Mayhem? Arson?
Explain?
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, explain, please, because I don't get it.
I don't get it. Is it a wondrous wisdom ball that didn't?
I am patient. Your
That's the
defeat
only
will
thing I can
come.
think. That's a bugged wisdom ball where he's gone, I'll give you a second copy of the thing you just summoned, but it hasn't actually brought the wondrous wisdom ball up on here. That's the only thing I can think. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't have done that. Spell damage? No, it's not a spell damage thing.
Let's be bad guys.
If it was spell damage, I would have got two more of them. I would have got 3.
Right.
I'm lost. No idea. That must have been Wondrous Wisdom Ball. Doing something but not showing me it was doing something. Just weird. Baron is so good, it doesn't hit the King Mookless. Oh wait, hang on. Let's do this in a smart way. It's getting cheaper.
Of course.
And then it kills that as well. And then we play Mirror Entity as well. That's how you play with Arrow Goggles. Oh, thanks, bud. He's so good. I love Wondrous Wisdom Ball. Just filled my hand because it was
That's
empty.
crazy.
He's great.
The lights will guide
Oh,
us.
he's shit. That's annoying. It's a 7-mana 2/4 that will never pull a card from the deck. I have no dragons. Wow, that's gonna be okay, what happens here? I've got lots of cards that are apparently like doing shit, because all these animations mean that I've done something which makes him trigger. This guy, if I played an elemental last turn, I did. I played Baron, he's an elemental.
Right.
Deal 3 damage to all other minions. It's not great for me. This is a very volatile board right now. Every turn, Baron hits everything for 2. When this thing dies, everything's hit for 5. When this thing dies, everything's hit for 5. This board is like incredibly explosive right now. If I play this, everything takes 3. So many cards right now just deal big damage to everything. That's kind of hilarious. Battlecry, give a random lifesteal minion in your hand +2/+2. That's cool. He's a lifesteal minion. If you control a secret, deal 3 damage. I do control a secret. I don't really want to play anything onto a board that's about to actually explode. So I think I just hit with that. Like that. Oh wait, I win. Oh, Wondrous Wisdom Ball. That was so fun.
Oh, turn 5 victory.
So we've done turn 4, turn 4, turn 5. That's now. How much health did that do now? He had like 50, right?
Good lord.
Yeah. Okay. Arcane Artificer. He's pretty good. Water Alley, fantastic. Bonfire Elemental. You played Nelly last turn, draw a card. How many Ellies do we have? Uh, 5.
2
we've
there.
got 4 rags.
Oh, that's right.
5, 6, 7, including these 2. He's okay. He's probably not going to get played after a rag, though, so it's mostly just these 2 that he's procking off. Okay, fine. It's a decent pack. Water Alley's really good. Give me just a second, I need to close my window.
Okay. We don't want any more spiders coming into Disguise Place.
See what else we've got here. Conjurer's Calling. Destroy a minion, summon 2 copies to replace it. That's fun. You can do that with some rags. Get 2 rags instead. and fully heal them in the process. Summon a copy of a card, and Violence Ball. That's a really strong pack. Duplicate cards, and I like this one as well. Deal 5 damage and summon a random 5-cost minion. What do we got over here? Daring Fire Eater. Battlecry, your hero power this turn deals 2 more damage. It's kind of interesting. Orcmaster Beardo, after you cast a spell, refresh your hero power. He's much better with the really improved hero powers. I don't know if he works that well in our deck.
Mm.
I think it's this. This is really strong pack.
I'd say go with it. I can see you going with it.
Last time Nas double-crossed
Once
me.
again, I think we
told
have
him it
no
was
stealth
last
minions
time.
in our deck.
This
So
time, 1-2.
we don't get to monopolize on his.
Rock and issue versus Nas.
Not that we need to, because our deck is stupidly strong.
Give up your treasures.
Again, I think even though this is
You don't take.
useless early on, it helps chain into other stuff.
Right.
Although, I mean, we're replacing Pyroblast already. If that's big, it's no different than this being big, so I guess we throw it. Please be nice to me. 3. 3's good, 8's not. It's still a 6/5 for 1 mana, it's pretty good.
That guy started with extra mana.
Right.
You
Oh, thanks,
should
bud.
too.
Didn't we have we started the last round without, didn't we?
With the extra mana thing?
Well, 3 with a 6/5 for 1.
We may well have done, yeah.
The hidden army rises.
that's amazing. So he buffed his for 2. I summoned the copy of it with the double buff, and then this procced on the thing I just summoned, so it got it twice. That's amazing. Okay. I can get Rag out on turn 4. That's pretty good. That sounds like a good plan.
Maximum chaos.
Well, the first one out on turn 4. Let's be clear.
Swarm.
Might as well push for damage. Should I just do this now while I've got the mana? I mean, it costs 1 after Rag goes down anyway, so...
Come, try your
Let's get rid of that.
The hidden army rises. Big business. Swarm.
Turn 4 Rag. That's not bad.
There he is again.
Good shot, Rag. Thank you. Absolute worst target.
None see the goddess.
Oh, if Rag could hit that to the bar, that'd be beautiful. Oh, I can't even play the second ice block. That's annoying. It's going to be a dead card in my hand. Come on, Rag, I believe in you. You can hit the 7/5. Yes, good shot.
No match for big
Wonderful.
good tickets. Don't come cheap.
Good luck on your part.
I really thought he was going to hit the Rag then. I would have loved that. I think we're going to need a second good shot out of you here, Rag. You know what the play here is, actually? So, if he overkills, he draws 2 cards.
Yep.
He can overkill this. So, the play is that. No, I pass. Go on, Rag. Okay, so keep it
Nox
anyway. Ooh, that's a good target for Rag. And he did hit the Rag. Oh, beautiful. I don't really like that card. Come on, Rag. Hit one of the shades. Oh, Rag dies now.
I never fight fair.
Yeah, you have 3 more though, don't you?
That's true. I just drew Pyroblast as well. Fucking hell. Thing is, like, at this, I've really not had a good point in any of my games where I can easily remove a 0-3 with Taunt from his side of the board. This thing dies immediately, and he gets a 0-3 that I can't remove.
Let's be bad guys.
Didn't sign up for this.
Did he really turn the screen around? This fucker is a really good call, Captain Tactics. That's a crazy card.
I have bad news, Mr. Sky.
You are?
I am. I have to go hit my board meeting.
Well, I think I'm about to lose anyway, so good time to leave. Here comes my spot clock.
Hold on. This round turned pretty quick, huh?
Oh, go on. What's he doing? What's he doing? He's making that. It's kind of rubbish, actually. Okay, well, I can play out my hand this turn. Ice block has to go down. We're going to do that just to make the other things cheaper.
I've added a few minions to your hand. No need to thank me.
That's awesome, okay. It's a shame they're all shit. They're all shit, yeah. Oh well.
Seven five, or
This thing draws some cards though. The damage doesn't really matter to me so much because I'm dead, regardless. I think I'm gonna have to die the card draw. Hitting a 5-3 of Pyroblast, that feels disgusting. Oh, really? A fucking Nerubian egg? Well, that's a dead card. I suppose Baron Geddon trades in, but I don't even know. You're not doing very well, are you? If you'd hit me with the 4-4 first, you would have done well.
Desperate seas I roam.
Is this my Deck of Wonders deck?
Should be it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That
That was last.
Okay, well, that's huge.
Oh, what a shame. It was a good run. It was fun.
Hey, Fred. Same as last time. Yeah, the last 2 bosses are pretty nasty, usually. I thought we'd kill him though.
They indeed were.
His hero power isn't that good. I thought he would have been okay.
Bummer.
Oh well. Alright, I guess that closes out the stream for today, and Silly's off as well.
Yep.
So, thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm sure we'll do this again at some point. I do like Hearthstone. Maybe we'll do an arena sometime soon.
That'd be great.
Silly's not seen arena yet, so that might be fun.
No, I have not. Looking forward to that.
Alright, well, enjoy your board meeting, and
Oh, God. Kill me now.
If you need
All right.
if you need to shoot, by all means, I'm going to go through the schedule quickly, or at least what I know of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye, everybody.
Catch you
Thank
later,
you for
Joey.
joining. Listen to Sky. He says good things. Bye, everybody.
So tomorrow is a Rex stream, and I think it's Ninja Gaiden on Wednesday. Thursday is, of course, the main stream, which should be Contain. Friday is another. Friday's a Rex stream again. Friday I think is pinball day, isn't it? And then Saturday is going to be mine. Could possibly be Hearthstone, maybe something else. And then Sunday is Rex and Silly, so it should be more XCOM, and Silly will be doing something. It's usually about as mysterious as mine is. I've no idea what he's doing. So yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, I'm sure we'll give this another go sometime. Oh, actually, one last thing I'll mention while I'm here. I know this isn't to many people, and I will need to announce this on the Discord at some point as well. I think I'm gonna see if I can find any volunteers to bug test Squadron, because it's a pretty easy job, but it's one that just kind of I find really eats into my time, because every time I've like coded one of the new cards or something, to then go back into I have like a test framework where I can make sure specific cards spawn on the module so that I can try them out, and going into the test framework, making sure the correct card spawns, running it, seeing if it all works correctly in the debug, and if it's not, having to go back and fix it. I find that just like staggering my coding with testing everything that I'm making really slows me down. It just kind of breaks my flow a little bit when I'm just kind of getting into things. So yeah, I may well see if anyone is willing to help out and test the cards as I'm coding them. I think we'd also offer anyone that we work doing testing with a card for themselves for each month, for helping out with the module. But yeah, I'll announce that at some point soon on the Discord. If any of you guys fancy maybe doing that, then shoot me a message, I guess. So yeah, we'll see you all for the next stream, guys. Bye bye.